Well, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, welcome to the newest episode of the Noobs and Knockouts podcast, brought to you on YouTube, on Amazon Music, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. I'm Austin. I'm a knockout. Watch a lot of wrestling.
I'm David. I'm a noob. I haven't watched.
Just get to the bit.
I haven't watched nearly as much wrestling, but I have watched enough TNA, Austin, to know that the toxic fumes of stupidity are infectious. It is only a matter of time until whatever the fuck is in the air in 2012 TNA that's killing everybody's brain cells gets to us. And apparently, it's going to get worse this week. So I'm here protected. For those who can't see, I'm wearing a gas mask right now. We're good. I'm protected. It's okay. Fuck, this is annoying to wear. Okay. All right, bit over. We're good.
Yeah, so we're finishing up the Claire Lynch arc today.
Holly goddamn Luya. We don't, it doesn't even, I just really need to emphasize this for our viewership, it doesn't even have the dignity to end at Bound for Glory. Ah!
No. This whole story is taking place on just regular Impact TV, weekly TV.
Mm-hmm. But no, we can't wrap this up at the pay-per-view where David might actually get to watch some like really substantial matches. No, fuck you.
Have you considered we got to do a third open fight night?
I forgot it's open fight night again. I hate this gimmick so much. It makes less and less sense every time they do it. Help me. Holy shit. All right. Fuck. What's going on again? Jesus.
So last time we watched the August 16th episode, 2012 episode of TNA Impact. Was the first show. It was the show after Hardcore Justice. We opened the show with Austin Aries, who won the world title at Hardcore Justice.
That was his. That was his Bobby Roode rematch, right?
Yes, it was. It was the loser can never challenge again match. Yes. So Aries successfully won. He kept the belt, and so he doesn't. So Roode can't challenge anymore. And Aries was like, he silenced all his doubters, and to his doubters, he said, "You can take the E out of Fluke and go fluck yourselves."
I still can't believe he thought he was cooking with that. Like, a line has never been more ice fucking cold in the oven than go fluck yourselves. Like, I don't understand how that didn't delegitimize his entire career then and there. But then again, I could ask that for a lot of shit in Austin Aries' career. It took way too long. But at least we got there at some point.
He did eventually burn every bridge possible. And then now he can't get work anymore.
Actually astounding that he's as obnoxious in real life as he is on TV. Like, there is no character there. He's just that bad.
Yeah, for sure. So Jeff Hardy and Bully Ray came out and they just talk about aces and eights or whatever.
Austin Aries had an unfortunately funny line about Bully Ray's fucking weirdly jacked calf.
Yeah, I don't know why they're suddenly talking about how jacked his calves are.
This is what we mean. This is what we mean when we say Dixie Carter is a money mark, because she let them actually ramble about that shit on live TV.
That's true. So Aces and Eights interrupt, and they have a video pre-tape promo where they're like, "Our presence will be felt tonight." We have our first Bound for Glory series match of the show, which I just remembered I haven't updated the Bound for Glory series to account for the house show matches between this week, last time's episode, and this time's episode. So guess what? We'll be doing that live right here.
Bro.
Why at this
So,
stage
woo-hoo.
of the BFG series are they still running shit on house show matches? Why?
Well, that's very nice. The Cage Match has changed their website so that all the matches are visible. You don't have to click on the show to see all the matches. You can just see them from the search results screen. That's very nice.
I like that.
Anyway, it's Samoa Joe versus Magnus. Magnus had a pre-match promo talking about how they were tag champs, and he knows Joe the wrestler, and he knows Joe the man. He can get into Joe's head, and Joe beats him in like 3 minutes. So, how did that work for you, Magnus?
I still okay. Yep. Yeah. The Magnus can't. The Magnus knows everything about Samoa Joe. This is gonna be a banger, and then it was just effectively a squash. Like I still don't know how self-aware they were on that. Okay. Yeah. All right. It's fine. It's stupid.
So,
everything's stupid. I just need to accept that fact.
After that, Madison Rayne has been called to the ring by Brooke Hogan, and Madison Rayne was like, okay, I bet Brooke Hogan is about to throw me a party for becoming the Knockouts champion. And Brooke Hogan came out to be like, no, I am not doing that. So she announced that Earl Hebner can no longer referee Knockouts matches, and that Miss Tessmacher would get getting her rematch tonight with a special guest referee of Brooke's choosing. That we'll get to that when we get to that. Yeah. Then Madison tries to start a fight with Brooke Hogan. Brooke hits the ring as Madison leaves, and then the Ace and H show up to attack Brooke Hogan, except they don't because all the baby faces showed up and ran them off.
I do not want to know well I mean they probably didn't do politics too hard for it, you know. God forbid that the tough talking daughter of Hulk Hogan actually get touched by any characters on screen.
Yeah. She's not a worker. She can't.
She ain't a worker. She cannot. But man, she sure as shit, as I said last episode, sells the "please don't hit me, I'm just a little birthday boy" bit in the exact same fucking way as her father, further justifying our bit of just saying Brooke things in the Hulk voice. Basically a female clone. I'm convinced Hulk Hogan just cloned himself. There's no way this is the product of actual sexual intercourse. I refuse to believe. Anyway.
Then Sting cuts some promos, basically like next week. That's the episode we're watching tonight. It's open fight night, and so he's like, let's get it on. TNA versus Aces and Eights. Then back. Go ahead.
I'm sorry to harp on just how dumb all of this is. I'm really sorry to do that. But I already know this is gonna turn out so stupid. TNA versus Aces and Eights when you guys have when the TNA locker room has been shown to be deeply incompetent about sniffing out who the fuck is actually in Aces and Eights. This is going to end so poorly, and it's going to be so annoying to watch because it's not even going to be fun end poorly. It's not going to be look at these very devious villains just getting the drop. No, everyone's just dumb. It's going to be dumb. I'm sorry. Spoiler alert for the back end of this episode. My psychic brain has determined it's going to be dumb. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's fair.
Can you tell I'm fucking sick of this arc?
Yeah. Speaking of arcs we're sick of, Daniels and Kazarian are talking about a Spider-Man comic they got a shout out in. Yeah. And AJ Styles is starts calling Claire ugly, which is great. I'm glad we're going there now. Yeah, I have a theory on that. When we get there, when we get to the end, how it all ends. But anyway, AJ Styles has a match tonight with Christopher Daniels, and he's like, if I if I win, I will take a paternity test, and if I lose, I will accept that I am the baby daddy.
Not even gonna waste my time. Just go back and listen to our last episode.
Yeah, we did. We had an entire breakdown of how this is stupid before. We don't need to relitigate it. Daniels and AJ have a match. It's for a 16-minute match between AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels. It wasn't that great.
Yeah, it was pretty like we were doing the thing. Well,
it feels like part of the problem with this storyline is they already had a big singles blow-off match all the way back at Ultimate X. And then we keep going.
Yeah, you know what?
You going for a month and a half.
You make a really good point about that, which is that something that we have not talked about in this arc, and something that I would wager probably doesn't get a lot of coverage when like outlets like us talk about the retrospect on this particular arc, is like, even more than the stupidity of all of this is just particularly tacky window dressing put on a forever feud. And it's rather heatless, and you can feel that not only in the segments, which are stupid, but like, man, the matches, I just don't give a shit, because there's nothing to go with here. And again, I should be excited at the prospect of AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels going at it, because it's fucking AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels. Dudes are talented as shit, especially back. This is like both of them kind of in their primes.
They're still in their prime, both of them, for sure.
Yeah, but like, it feels like they're phoning it in, you know? Like, there's nothing new to explore here.
AJ Styles is so fucking ready to leave.
Oh my god.
He was a loyal trooper for a lot longer than maybe he should have been to these people.
Than they ever deserved from his ass.
But man, it feels like he's ready. In some ways, it feels like he's ready to go. He gets out in early 2014. Okay, I thought he left in 2013. That's my mistake. He gets out. Wow, that's a lot. That's even less time. Okay. Yeah, he gets out in. Yeah, he gets out in late 2014. Okay. Hold on. Okay, no, the final episode. Okay, sorry, my bad. This is hard to read because we're dealing with tape shows versus when they air and stuff.
That's very fair.
That's diff. So we're parsing crap. Late 2013 is when his last tapings are, and he leaves in those episodes air in January 2014.
Oh,
and then
shit.
then he starts in New Japan in April of 2014.
Damn. You think at this point, dude is like, why am I still here? Why am I doing this? It's a terrible age.
And even then, if they had been willing to pay him, he would have stayed. Like, the breakdown was that they wanted him to take a pay cut, a significant pay cut, and he said, "All right, no, can't do that. I'm out."
What?
Yeah.
How? Why?
I don't fucking know all the details on it. I just know that was the thing, is that TNA kept underpaying him for what he was worth, and that he eventually said, "I'm out. Oh, I'm done. I
don't blame him. This man is carrying this fucking company on his back, like one of the top like homegrown guys." And
he is honestly the top. He is a lot of people call him Mr. TNA. Like, he is probably the homegrown TNA guy.
That's what makes it even crazier that they have motherfuckers like Austin Aries and I don't know, James Storm, like pacing ahead of him right now. Like they're.
I mean, Storm's an OG too, but
is he?
Yes.
Oh, I did not know that. I thought he was like a random import.
No. He was also an OG. But Aries is absolutely just, we're signing top guys from Ring of Honor.
Jesus Christ.
Which is by comparison that AJ did not have. AJ had a pretty decent run in Ring of Honor in the same way that like a lot of guys in the early years worked TNA and Ring of Honor before those two companies decided to beef and no more talent sharing. But he won the NWA tag titles on the third ever TNA pay-per-view. And so he won the NWA title within a year or two of being in TNA. Dude was pushed to the top immediately.
And look at where he is now. I do retract my James Storm slander. That's on me. That's my bad. But yeah, like look where he is now. Like Austin fucking Aries is here sitting atop the company, and AJ's trapped in a storyline about being a baby daddy to a drug addict.
Also,
like,
a thing I just kind of thought about is that like this storyline is paced extremely weirdly in terms of
you think?
Well, not just that, but like all the other stupid storylines we do on this show, they culminate in matches properly. Like stupid things happen, but in the end, it all is building to a match. Even Katie Vick, which had the pay-per-view title match before they fucked a mannequin in a funeral home, it still ended in a match on Raw. This feud is completely divorced from the matches. They just have them when they have them. They had the Ultimate X pay-per-view match was before Claire Lynch came out with the evidence of AJ, because AJ took it as this story. Hell, that was part of the bit. Is after the Ultimate X match, AJ was like, "I've won. It's over. Leave me alone."
And they said no heart emoji.
And they're still not. And then we built to this match here that happened on the 16th, except that also doesn't end it because we have this promo on tonight's episode to resolve the birth control, the fucking paternity test.
Yeah.
The baby test.
And again, like, to my point of why in the shit aren't we ending this at Bound for Glory? Like, at least have the dignity of blowing this shit off in one grand poobah crazy stip shit of a match. Don't.
Yeah, so this is kind of, I think this is the first storyline we've had on this show that is so divorced from, in terms of pacing, so divorced from the actual matches. And I think this is a good evidence for why you shouldn't do that.
Yeah. I will say, I don't think we ended Summer of Punk on a match, at least not the A plot, because we ended with the fucking Kevin Nash thing, didn't we?
That was after a pay-per-view match. Like, that was, like, technically it was a post-match bullshit.
Oh, okay.
Now that part didn't resolve interestingly with a match because
fair.
Kevin Nash couldn't get cleared or something, so it became Punk fights Triple H and loses. But whatever, we're not relitigating that either.
Sorry, just a random thought I have. Also, one more random thought. I realized we haven't seen Bobby Roode wrestle in this arc at all, have we? Or Austin Aries for that. No, wait, have we seen Aries wrestle? Was he?
I don't think. Yeah, they had the tag match where it was him and Aries and Kenny King versus Zima, Ion, and Bobby Roode.
It was Bobby Roode on the other side.
They did the thing where like two feuds going into a pay-per-view. They do a tag match to forward both feuds at the same time. The classic Raw main event tag match stuff, except they open the show with that.
You do
but yeah, otherwise they follow that tradition of like main event guys don't wrestle all the time. It does. Correct. Though it's hard to judge because the Bound for Glory series is taking up so much in-ring oxygen right now.
Oh,
like we've barely seen the Knockouts wrestle. We've barely seen the X Division because it's just like we don't have time. We got to run BFG matches.
God, I know, and that's also annoying. It's fine.
Anyway, so what happens is the referee, who was really smart in the match, threw out Kazarian nearly immediately. But then Kazarian snuck back in to interfere and helped Daniels get a 3 count. However, the referee catches Kazarian celebrating and is like, hey, wait a minute. And so that doesn't count. And then AJ hits the Pele kick for the win to get the actual win, and then hits the Styles Clash after the fact. Again, it feels very end of feudy, except as this episode says, not technically. We still need to resolve the paternity test.
We gotta have our Maury segment. Austin, you can't have a fucking paternity test angle without doing your Maury segment, and they found the dumbest way to get there, so we might as well do it.
So backstage, Sting is on the phone with Hulk Hogan, and Hogan is like, I'll be there next week, dude, to help in the fight against the Aces and Eights, brother. And so, yeah,
this is even the main event.
No, of course it wasn't. Then, let's see. I'm skipping the Hardy Storm promo backstage. It does not matter. Bobby Roode melts down live in the ring. That's really all there is to say about that. Is he is coping and seething and doesn't know doesn't know how to define himself now that he is no longer able to be champion.
Unfortunate. See, I'm really interested to see like where that goes for him, because like I think I enjoy Bobby Roode, and like I want to see more of him that's not just trapped dealing with Austin fucking Aries. I'm interested to see where the actually this is all of you people's fault angle goes. But that's not what we're here for.
No, it is not.
To your knowledge, does it go anywhere like cool or interesting or just, enjoyable?
I'm briefly reading the Wikipedia. He gets in a fight with James Storm after the BFG series wraps up.
Okay, all right, that's a decent feud.
He starts feuding with the world after Aries loses the belt. He gets put back in the title scene. Though he does not win the belt back. Okay, apparently Bobby Roode and Austin Aries become tag champs as the Dirty Heels. Okay.
Oh, thank God they finally turn Austin Aries heel where he belongs.
Yeah. And then he just they get beer money back together late in the run, and then in 2016 he does leave TNA.
He goes to the
after
Fed, yeah.
12 years because he's got WWE NXT to go do.
Did they ask him to take a pay cut too?
I mean, it's TNA in 2016. Very possible.
That's valid. That's exceedingly valid. They
cannot pay anybody.
They can't. They said money. What is that?
Yeah.
Rip. Oh,
I mean, it was so wild. At one point, James Storm was in NXT for a week.
Bro, man, I can't imagine how the shit did TNA still exist? How is it still a thing?
They found Anthem to buy them.
Yeah, fair.
That's so wild, though. The James Storm was going to do NXT. He even had a match or two on television, but then TNA gave him a new contract offer, and he was like, I'm too loyal to TNA. I gotta go.
The real Mr. TNA. He came back.
There truly is no wrestler more loyal to TNA than fucking James Storm.
True.
AJ left, Rude left, fucking Abyss left. Abyss is a fucking, Joseph Park is a WWE producer now.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Yeah, he was an on-screen manager of AJ Styles for a hot second.
He was?
I wasn't watching at that time, but that was a thing for a bit.
Oh my god.
He was just doing the Joseph
Rude is a trainer now, isn't he?
Yeah, I think Rude's a trainer. Yeah. In terms of like the big TNA guys, most of them went to WWE eventually anyway, because they got to get paid. But Storm came back.
Damn. The total nonstop cowboy, truly carrying everything on his back. Good for you, buddy. The ultimate company man would not. That's wild.
Then we get the Knockouts title match: Miss Tessmacher versus the Queen Bee, Madison Rayne, and the special referee is Taryn Terrell, making her TNA debut, which means that there's no pop.
Who, and also who.
And as I brought up last week, she doesn't establish herself as a character in any way, even in a debut, because the whole point is that she is a fair and unbiased referee after Madison Rayne has been using her boyfriend, Earl Hebner, as a biased referee. So
she's a fair and unbiased referee, and then they just
have the match, and Miss Tessmacher wins the belt, but gets the belt back.
Absolutely. That no extra bells and whistles. And you know what? I'm almost relieved. Although I will say that the bullshit of the Madison Rayne Earl Hebner romance, if you will, has been one of the more entertaining dumb bullshits in 2012 TNA. At least I can laugh at how deeply fucking uncomfortable Earl Hebner looks this entire time. Bro does not want to be doing this angle, and it's so goddamn funny.
Yeah.
Just watch him die a little more inside every time.
Yep. So, the main event, BFG match, Bully Ray versus Jeff Hardy.
Oh, yeah. What?
Yeah, Aces and Eights try to interfere, but they get chased off by Aries, Sting, AJ, and Kurt. And then Hardy wins with a twist of fate onto Bully, and then a roll up. And then after the match, Bully attack. Let's see what happens earlier. James Storm starts picking a fight with Bully. Storm accidentally hits Jeff Hardy. Bully takes it as proof that Storm is bad. And then Aces and Eights come in and they start clapping for James Storm. And it's like, oh no. But then they attack James Storm, ruining the best accidental ruse they've had.
I know.
There's no evidence to suggest that they intentionally planted the idea that James Storm is their leader, because it starts from Bobby Roode, who isn't part of Aces and Eights at all. But everyone in the locker room has managed to believe it at this point. And yet, Aces and Eights does not ride that wagon until the wheels come off, instead deciding to confirm to everybody that no, James Storm is not one of our guys.
I still can't believe, like, Bobby Roode completely whole cloth, and then they just decided, yeah, everyone's gonna believe this for the most contrived ass reasons. Like I know it's a different experience watching this in 2024 and knowing generally what the composition of Aces and Eights was, and knowing that James Storm was
Yeah,
not there.
maybe it'd be different. Maybe it would have been different then if we can't say we know that it's not James Storm.
I feel like,
or even know that it's not Bobby Roode, because then you could have pulled the twist of like Roode is in the gang, and he's trying to sow seeds of discourse.
I feel like maybe I would have like bought into some of the confusion, like maybe it is Storm, but like, man, I feel like even in that day, like watching this and really paying attention and seeing that like everyone hops on this with the most circumstantial ass evidence, like I feel like it must have been a little transparent even back then that like I don't know, everyone's so stupid that I can't fathom fully like believing people just jumping to these insanely rash conclusions. I mean, like obviously this is actually going to be like what the outcome is. Like it just doesn't feel like it's presented in any like remotely believable way outside of the it's wrestling, you never know side of it.
That is fair.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, so I made a mistake. So no, I did not. I was trying to do the thing. So actually, there is not very many BFG matches to cover.
Thank Jesus.
From pay-per-view. There is one actually.
Oh,
there has been one only.
Show?
Yeah, there's been a couple of house shows, but only one BFG match on those house shows. So that one match is AJ Styles defeating Rob Van Dam.
Lame.
By pinfall. So AJ has got 50 more points and is still definitely a contender.
That's fair. I'm glad, I guess, they popped him up from losing like a fucking chump, but also, man, I would give anything to watch Rob Van Dam be the one to take this. So, you know, very lame to watch him slowly slide down toward the thin red line of death or whatever the shit Taz called it.
Yeah, so and that's actually relevant because now let's cover who the top four is. Now let's cover the standings going into tonight. Right now, and as a reminder, the red line of death is top four. Top four make it. Already eliminated. Let's start with who's already eliminated, so I don't have to talk about them after this. Christopher Daniels at 33 points, which is also his final score. Magnus with 28 points, also his final score. D'Angelo De Niro with 7 points, and Robbie E with 5.
Ha ha.
De Niro's also, that's his final score because he's out injured. Robbie E has one match. Now let's get to the people who are still mathematically in the race.
Somehow.
So, with one match left, in first place is James Storm with 66 points. In second place, with 2 matches left and 61 points, it's Samoa Joe.
Okay. All right.
In third place, with 3 matches left and 55 points, it's Rob Van Dam.
Okay, he's not as far down as I thought he was then.
Yeah. Then in fourth place, with 3 matches left and 50 points, it is AJ Styles. Has moved into the top 4 with beating Rob Van Dam. Then tied for 5th, Bully Ray has 48 points and 3 matches to go. Kurt Angle has 48 points and 1 match to go.
Jesus.
In 7th is Jeff Hardy with 42 points and 2 matches left. And then in 8th is Mr. Anderson with 40 points and one match to go. I've been keeping track of the max points possible total to keep us in mind on that.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say is Mr. Anderson is on the line of elimination.
I was gonna say, how in the shit are 7th and 8th place still remotely viable?
Now, Jeff Hardy still has 2 matches. If he were to win but his next 2 matches by submission, he would have 62 points. And Mr. Anderson, if he wins his last match by submission and AJ Styles were to lose out, they would both have 50 points.
Okay.
So that is how Mr. Anderson is still technically on the board.
Fair enough.
The 4 people with the most maximum possible points, remember this is heavily weighted towards people with 3 matches left for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Is Rob Van Dam with a max of 85, Samoa Joe with a max of 81, AJ Styles with a max of 80, and Bully Ray with a max of 78.
Damn, it'd be cool. It'd be fucking cool to see RVD like take it. I know he won't, but like, oh, don't tease me like this. Oh, that's him at like that top max points is cool as hell. It is nice to know that like these older guys still got presented pretty well in like this area of TNA, even if like BFG is the dumbest shit and everyone's taking stupid pills. Like, on a personal note, my pet favorites getting some love. I'm into it, you know.
Yeah, and also this is another fun factoid. We've been doing the points per match calculations.
Mm-hmm.
And so far, the top 4 by points per match is also the top 4 normally, actually. Samoa Joe, we have gotten to the point where those things are now kind of, merged together. Samoa Joe, Rob Van Dam, James Storm, and AJ Styles are all averaging 5 or more points a match. Everybody below that threshold is not in the top 4 right now. Damn. Bully Ray is next at 4.8.
Ugh. Yeah, no, that does make sense that like at a certain point it starts to fucking average out pretty cleanly. Like,
yeah,
even if this is the most like confusing ass round robin, it still is a round robin, and like,
which means eventually the person with the most points also has the most points per match.
Yeah, right. Like that's just how accumulation works mathematically. So like, but it is a fun like thing to follow early on and see like have there been any major upsets in like people swinging points per match? Do you have that? Like,
I mean, AJ obviously has been picking up some pace.
Yeah, and Bully too, I guess.
Yeah, the points per match really exposed Mr. Anderson because he wrestled a lot early, so he was in a lot of the early top standings. But as other people are having matches and catching up, his points per match is just too low. Like that
is interesting.
And that's something I've noticed that even as we were, as we've been watching, that like Anderson was in the top 4 total points, but he was lower in points per match.
Damn. Ooh, that flat number versus per capita fucking divide. It'll get you every time. That'd be an interesting thing to build like an angle off of. Like I don't know, like if we're trying to focus on the sports of it all, it'd be cool to have someone be like, call out Anderson, be like, hey, you're a bitch. You talked all this big game. You know, like maybe one of his fellow BFG series losers, like, hey, you talked all this good shit and you racked up those early points. That's only because you wrestled a lot, bro. Your points were kind of average. I think I want to expose you for being kind of a bitch, and Anderson has to like defend his ass against the bitch allegations. That I don't know. I think something like that would be kind of fun to build an angle off of. I don't trust 2012 TNA to do something like that, but it'd be fun. Just random little thought there. Occasional David fantasy booking popping up now and again.
Mm-hmm. I'm wondering. We're getting close to people, I would think, in terms of points being able to clinch a spot in the top 4. Nobody is at that point yet because you'd have to be as of right now, you'd have to be in the mid-70s to be at a point where it's like you are guaranteed top 4. There's just too many matches left on the cards for that.
Yeah.
But we're getting close. We're getting close.
Yeah, that cutoff is like gonna get tighter and tighter because I assume the red line of death like moves up the card pretty quickly from here on out.
Now the red line of death now is at 50 points. So
fuck. It's coming for your ass. Holy shit! Watch out! Watch out below. Anderson and
Kurt Angle, Jeff Hardy, and Mr. Anderson are all very much on the bubble right now.
Bro,
of like
it is wild to see Kurt Angle that. It is wild to see Kurt Angle that low down. Like, what the shit is he even doing?
Kurt Angle's another one who kind of wrestled a ton early, and racked up points that way. But he also ate a lot of losses. He's 6-6.
Because aren't he and Joe both kind of running the "are they relying too much on their submission finishers" angle right now?
No, because Angle got too deep into pinfalls. Samoa Joe is the only person with more submission wins than pinfall wins right now.
Okay.
I
don't know. For some reason, I remember there being like a do about like the whole like the use of the angle lock. Maybe that was just us. Maybe that was just.
Maybe they talked.
No, that was us being like, it is kind of fucked that like you're favoring submission wins, and you have dudes on here who are like extremely good at submission wins over like flippy boys, which is still the whole way this shit is structured is still insanely dumb and so fucking annoying to keep track of.
Yeah.
Again, stupid
pills. Kurt Angle failed to take advantage of the opportunity as he has won 4 matches by pinfall and 2 by submission.
So Kurt Angle his mathematical advantage and just said, nah.
I don't need it. I'm fine.
I don't need it. Well.
And meanwhile, Joe has 3 pinfall wins and 4 submission wins.
Jesus. Yeah, but they did the whole like, is he relying too much on the cochlear what is his the cochlear clutch? What the shit is it?
The coquina clutch.
Coquina clutch. Thank you. Yeah, is he leaning too much on the coquina clutch, and he ate some L's like trying to fixate on that.
Also, we've been keeping track of who has winning records. There are 5 wrestlers with a winning record right now. The top 4 and Jeff Hardy.
Damn, Jeff Hardy also getting exposed for just extremely low points per match.
Yeah, Jeff Hardy. Yeah, because Hardy's only at 6-5. Only pinfall wins. And unlike Bully Ray, he doesn't have a 20-point win to help boost his stats. James Storm also hasn't won any match. James Storm, Rob Van Dam, and AJ Styles also haven't won any matches by submission. Neither has Bully Ray. But you know what all of them did? They won one of the 20-point matches.
Yeah, that's true. Those are also insane to just like sputter throughout this thing again in this supposed round robin, but also hey, here are just bonus point matches because just to spice it up. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm not a fan of the BFG series, folks. I'm not gonna lie.
I feel like we could do it better, and by we I mean pretty much every other company that's done a round robin tournament.
True. Oh, counting down the days until I can wash the taste of 2012 BFG series out of my mouth with the Continental Classic. Counting down those days. I cannot wait to be reminded what a good fucking round robin looks like. Holy fuck.
Wait, hold on. I'm trying to read something here. No, okay. I was like, did they do a whole, I'm trying to figure out how many more weeks we do the fucking BFG matches. And the answer is they do take this all the way to no surrender. So
what?
3 more,
how is Bound for Glory not the next pay-per-view?
We talked about this. It's no surrender is the next pay-per-view, and that's where the BFG series ends. And then it's the #1 contender for Bound for Glory.
Why? I hate it so much. Release me. Okay.
So
okay.
again, so there's there's 2 more matches. So there's 3 more weeks of BFG matches. But they are all mostly on television from the looks of things. It looks like they have like 1 more match, BFG series match on TNA Explosion, and which is their B show that literally, like, the archives on that are god awful in terms of preservation. The preservation of TNA Explosion is bad.
The cryptid known as TNA Explosion.
Yeah. So they have like 1 more match on TNA Explosion, and after that, it is they do put it all on TV because it's all the big names now. No more fucking Magnus or D'Angelo De Niro matches that can go on house shows for losers.
Man, I was enjoying D'Angelo De Niro. It definitely helped that he kicked Bully Ray's fucking ass out the gate. I was enjoying
his 1 win. It was his 1 win.
His single dub. Rip in peace, man.
All right, so that was fun to kind of check in with the BFG series again.
Was it fun?
I mean, I had a little bit of fun. I'm a sports stats nerd, so I did have fun talking about that.
This can't be that deep to. Well, I guess we found little things to analyze here and there. You know, fun. It's a fun discussion, but also I can't wait to be done. I can't wait to get the fuck out of here.
I am debating whether in the back half I should just talk about who wins the BFG Series 2012. Just so you know.
I kind of would like the closure, you know?
We've been through so much of it so far, you know? We've been through so much of it.
We've come this far. I can't just not know. I can't just not know what we slogged through all this shit to get to, to find the outcome of. That didn't make any sense grammatically, but you know what I'm saying. Like, I need my soul, Austin. I feel like it'll like cleanse my soul a little bit to finally like know and to not just be sputtering along week after week in this goddamn tournament that lasts for like 5 pay-per-view cycles.
Yeah. Okay. We'll talk about that then in the back half. We'll discuss We'll discuss what the final standings end up being, who wins the tournament, you know.
Oh, merciful God. Thank you.
All right. So if you'd like to watch along with us, you can do so at TNA. At TNA Plus.
That is a decision you can make. I mean, we've come this far.
We're stuck, but I guess you don't have to be.
Oh my God, this is the laugh of a broken man. All right, sorry, keep going.
Yeah, as I was saying. Yeah, TNA Plus, you know, they have all their shit on there. They have pretty much at whatever amount of TNA they still have. You know, the backlog of it's there. And I double checked. The episode we're watching is on here.
Thank Jesus.
Imagine if it wasn't. Imagine if
we came all this way. Oh my God.
I would just have to tell you how it ends. And that is not as fun as what it could have been.
Dan, so, I feel like the word fun is doing a lot of work here.
And now, this is exciting. Because guess what? This one's on YouTube as well.
Oh.
As somebody has uploaded the entire episode in 14-minute clips on YouTube. There is a playlist of the
Broadway
whole damn
bootleg
thing.
style.
This is it. Welcome to your TNA Impact slime tutorial.
Fucking true. Yeah, baby. The crossover.
Yeah. So we will be back to discuss the August 23rd, 2012 episode of TNA Impact.
God help.
And we are back. We have finished the August 23rd, 2012 episode of TNA Impact.
I'm pretty sure you mean we finished the August 20th? August 23rd?
Yeah, August 23rd.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you mean we off to a great start. I'm pretty sure you mean we finished the August 23rd, 2012 episode of Sons of Anarchy based on how the fuck we opened this episode.
Hey,
sure,
man.
It sure
really
was nice. It sure was nice of
We
Aces and Eights to let the TNA B-roll guys shoot footage of them from multiple camera angles, lead driving through the backlot. You know,
we truly have not seen this many bike wrestlers on motorcycles since WCW went to Sturgis.
oh shit, the proud tradition has returned?
Yeah, we open the show with a cold open of just the Aces and Eights guys riding their motorcycles to the Impact Zone.
But, like, it's not even them. Like, they're already on the Impact Zone backlot. They're just slowly cruising through it. What arrangement did they strike with the camera guys? Because, like, this wasn't, like, guerrilla footage. This wasn't security cam footage. This was well-shot B-roll. I really need to emphasize that. Sting tells us pretty early on in the episode that he instructed security to, like, open the gates to Aces and Eights, which seems pretty redundant considering they were able to get in just fine on their own anyway. But, like, did he also instruct the camera guys to be like, yes, treat them as if they are a normal part of production. This is part of your job opportunities. Yeah. What?
No.
What?
And then we get the Impact recap. The only part that I noted that thought was funny was they describe the twist with James Storm last week as the truth about James Storm revealed, which feels like the kind of thing you say when someone is guilty, not when they are proven innocent.
Oh, we will talk about the way this episode discusses the guilt or innocence of James Storm a little bit later, but what a beautiful precursor that was to the fucking slap in the face that happens later. What I noted from previously on Guy is he tells us that Aces and Eights have been attacking people. You're never going to believe this, Austin. Who they want, when they want. Apparently, this is a remarkable aspect of these attacks. They didn't schedule the attack in advance with full consent from their targets. Oh, what innovative monsters!
Wow. So
I can't believe they would be so crass. Oh.
We start the show for real, and Sting comes out, and the whole locker room is with him, basically. Now, in the ring, he brings, like, Devon, Ace, Austin Aries, Bully Ray, Gunner, LOL, AJ Styles, and Jeff Hardy, and Kurt Angle. But there are other guys on the outside. Like, we see Mr. Anderson. We see the bromans, Robbie E and Robbie T.
Yeah.
You can see their shit. You can see their shitty fucking cashmere sweaters or whatever. It's like, I know those guys.
Yeah. Well, the cashmere sweaters and the bleach blonde spike ups with the weird fucking auburn roots. You can somehow their roots are spray tanned. You know, you can catch it from a mile away. See, I didn't see Bully Ray in the ring at first, and I was like, oh, Bully Ray's not there. But then, like, I swear to God, and I searched around for this guy, and then partway through this promo, I swear he just appeared, and I'm like, where the shit did you come from? I think he just fucking apparated onto the spot. But I also did appreciate that when AJ Styles gets into the ring, he has this look on his face of just, what the fuck am I doing here? I got shit going on. Why are you having me out here?
He is taking calls. He is asking if WWE or New Japan have any job offers.
Both in and out of kayfabe, he's like, what the fuck am I doing here? I have shit going on.
Can I leave?
Can I please not be in this place at this time? Thank you. But yeah,
so Sting is like Sting again. He, as you mentioned, Sting gives a kayfabe explanation for why the Ace and Eights can be here. Is he told security to let him in, and he calls him out. And then Sting wants to remind us of the victims that have occurred of their attacks, and he goes to the footage, and it's just still shots from previous episodes of Impact. The best part is when they cut to a picture of Hogan's attack, and Hogan bladed all over it, and Sting goes, graphic detail, and then. Again, they're just showing still pictures from past episodes.
Yeah, we turn to the Jumbotron and it's a fucking slideshow. We're not getting video clips. I guess the graphic detail of
it was too graphic. We couldn't show the footage.
Couldn't show it in motion, despite the fact that we did show it in motion whenever the shit had happened. But no, it's a slideshow for some reason. And Austin, I think Sting needs to be reminded himself of the victims, because while I get what he's going for with letting Aces and Eights in the building, isn't that a little dangerous to, all of the people that they've attacked who are still here right now in the Impact Zone?
No, guys, it's fine. They have a plan of attack tonight. They? Well, they sort of have a plan. It's more that Aces and Eights are even dumber than usual, I think.
Oh my god. Yeah, the Aces and Eights given carte blanche backstage, and they decide to follow some kind of decorum and not carry out random attacks on random jabronis.
We will get to that. What the fuck the Aces and Eights do with their free roam backstage privileges.
Spoiler alert, we won't have much to talk about in that regard.
But Sting, he's like, talks about how these men want to fight, how these victims want to fight, and he wants to invite one victim out here, James Storm.
We want Hogan. Oh, James Storm works too, I guess.
They do. After the slideshow is over, huge "We want Hogan" chants. You're all terrible people. None of you are seeing the light. None of you are seeing the light of heaven.
True. Yes. Yeah, we want Hogan. Why? But yeah,
in 2012, we want Hogan chants. Absolutely.
Oh my god. Yeah, who needs Brian Knobbs when you have the fucking 2012 TNA to shine your balls clean with all of their collective tongues? Holy fuck. But yeah, Sting calls James Storm to the ring by speaking of the man who was shrouded in a cloud of doubt, which is a real charitable way of saying that all of you morons convinced yourselves that he was Aces and Eights for no goddamn good reason, with the most
we're all trying to figure out who did this and who accused James Storm,
who cast the cloud of doubt on. So yeah, that's
we're all trying to figure out
bullshit. But then what's worse is that James Storm comes to the ring and he says, "Now listen, boys and girls, had I been in your position on the other side of the fence, I'm doing a very bad. I'm mixed. It's fine. Had I been on the other side of the fence, I would have also believed that the mountain of evidence that was stacked up against me." What? You're conceding?
There was no mount. Why? What?
He could have been. He should be acting. It is his moral obligation to act like the smuggest motherfucker on the planet right now. He should be having a vindication party, center ring. Who snuck the stupid pills into James Storm's morning beer? Why did he succumb to this too?
I have a question. If James Storm acknowledges this mountains of evidence, okay, if he acknowledges that and he's like, hey, if I'd been in your shoes, I probably would have done the same thing. Why was he so weirdly indignant about everybody believing the mountains of evidence for the last month?
Yeah, I feel like I just got fucking bamboozled and gaslit into thinking that, like, they were perfectly fine to accuse James Storm, actually, and James Storm himself seems to have been gaslit into that exact same position, because, no sir, he was not taking this terribly well. But I guess hindsight is 2020, and now that he's had time to process all of his friends unjustly accusing him of trying to subvert the company that is so beloved to him, it's cool. We're all friends. I'm just here to beat down on some biker boys on open fight night. Fuck me.
Whatever. And Sting does promise that Hogan is here tonight. He doesn't come out in this and in fact does not come out in front of the live crowd at all.
Actually. Oh, I was saving that reveal for the end, but yeah, we can just jump right into that. Sting is like, oh yeah, Hogan is here. He's trying to placate the crowd. The live crowd does not get to see Hogan's ass once in that ring, once in that arena.
So Sting keeps being like, guy, come on, Aces and Eights, come on out. And two members of the Aces and Eights appear at ringside.
Amble on out. The Aces and Eights does a lot of ambling on this episode.
Around
I have to say, it really decreases the threat level when the most amount of urgency you can bring to your walk is a casual, hungover amble. I'm not feeling it, but apparently the entire TNA locker room is feeling it because they see these two guys just casually walking out here and don't think, well, this is clearly a trap. They're like, yeah, this is it. This is the battle we've been waiting for. So
this is
30
the fight.
on 2, the climax has begun. Oh my Jesus.
So Sting is like, let him in, let him get in the ring, and they do. One of them even tried to bring nunchucks in the fight. But then immediately, yeah, I mean, they got hung up on the ropes pretty quickly and they didn't get to use it. But, like, you can see them pull them out. But then Storm and Angle beat the fucking shit out of these two dudes. Just not even a challenge. Just put the boots to them. And then they get one of them in the ring. In the corner, excuse me. They get one of them in the corner. And they pull down his face mask, his like bandana, which is interesting because they will not do that for any other person they fight on this entire episode.
I know.
Why do they just never mind. We'll talk more about it when we get
the stupid pills, the stupid toxin. It just pervades everything.
So they get this guy in the corner. And I
need to emphasize, dude is bleeding a hard way from the mouth. Sting and company did not stiffed the fuck. They stiffed the ever-living shit out of these two poor jobbers that were sent ambling out.
I will say jobbers. They are not named, and they will never be named. And once they start revealing real wrestlers in the group, we will never see these guys again. So anyway, they interrogate this fucking dude. And it is revealed that these two were prospects. They have just been patched in tonight. I assume that means that's biker slang for they're in the gang now. Yeah. I admit I don't know. But
going and losing a 30-on-2 beatdown is apparently Aces and Eights initiation ritual. Hazing culture in wrestling has gone too far this time.
So he beats him down and he's like,
The freaks come out at night. Sorry. The freaks come out on bikes. There we go. That's the right one.
But he's just like, you're in for a long and painful night.
Yeah, sure is impressive they got Gangrel to join Ace.
Yeah. And then Sting punches him in the gut and they just keep beating him up to go to commercial.
Said, fuck you. Fuck your whole self. So we go to commercial, we come back, it's a knockout segment. Miss Tessmacher, the new
Miss Tessmacher is coming to the ring and she's
recrowned knockout.
Yeah, she recaps. She has won the Knockouts title again, and she gets on the mic. She thanks Brooke Hogan for setting things right. But tonight, on Open Fight Night, she wants to call out her mentor, and prove that that she can be her mentor, and so she calls out Tara.
One thing I do want to say about this segment, this Tessmacher segment, is she's sucking Brooke Hogan's dick pretty hard. She's like, I'm so thankful to Brooke Hogan for saving me and saving the entire Knockouts division from the reign of terror. And she loves it is crazy that the Hulkster fully got his daughter on TV and just got it written that like all of the face knockouts ball lick for her as hard as any of Hogan's faves do. Absolutely incredible that Hogan just let Brooke go fulfill her praise kink, I guess, on live TNA television. But Tessmacher says that tonight isn't about the Knockouts Championship, and Robbie, as he's walking through our living room, the bathroom to his room, goes, "It's about the Noobs Championship. Congratulations, David!"
Yeah.
So I appreciate that turn of phrase. Our prophetic the title coming true. But yes, here to call out her mentor Tara. Which question. Tengo pregunta. When we had the Taylor Hendricks gut check, wasn't Tara presented as heel? Why is she why are they both fully face here? Okay, cool. No, that's understandable.
I don't have an answer for that.
Yeah, okay.
But then Taryn Terrell also comes out to be the referee.
Again?
Because now she's just the Knockouts referee, I guess.
I guess. Bro, I need to stop doing this. After the WCW episode and now this, I need to stop doing this shit. Because I'm trying to hold a positive attitude as much as possible. And I literally made a note of okay, this is a cool idea for a match, mentor against championship mentee. This would be cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine for what it was, but
and
the match.
Okay. Go ahead for a sec.
I was gonna say the finish. Go ahead. What you were gonna say?
No, please say the finish because mine is totally a postscript.
Okay, yeah. So the finish is Tessmacher goes up to the top rope, presumably for some sort of dive. Tara meets her up there and goes and hits the superplex, and she kind of rolls through it to lay on top of Brooke, and then gets the pin 1, 2, 3, having pinned the champion.
Yeah, and okay, dumb that it's 3 fucking minutes. At least I don't know. Tara's her mentor, so the story is that she's got so much more to learn from Tara, and that this could but do we at least get a series of bangers out of this? Do they build up a proper rivalry from this? Do we get better matches out of this?
I don't know. I guess I can check
That's fair. I wasn't sure. I'm not sure how well 2010's TNA off the top
Not
of your
really.
head.
Not a lot.
That's fair.
I mean, they do have a longer match on pay-per-view on the next pay-per-view, No Surrender.
Okay, well, at least this is building to something. Okay, I can live with that.
I suspect it's building to a heel turn. Oh, they're gonna wrestle with Bound for Glory too, so they're gonna keep on rocking and rolling.
Ah, the three-peat. Okay. You know, I can live with that. I was excited to watch a longer, more exciting match, but at least it's building to something in the future. Good job, TNA. You're actually booking something well. I'm very
Yeah,
proud
so
of you.
like after the match, they like they shake hands or whatever, but then Tara's like making clear she doesn't want that Knockouts title.
He's thinking
And as I
about
just
it.
said, they're gonna have a couple pay-per-view matches about it up and coming.
Yeah.
Then we get a video package. They make clear. I've been talking about the D'Angelo De Niro thing ever since I covered Hardcore Justice because I just know that's where it's going. But this is the first time on television that they've acknowledged that like he is hurt. He is done. They show where he tweeted his X-ray and you can see his shoulder fully separated from the rest of his arm.
Sure is fortunate that they came up with this aces and eights angle just in time for fucking Hogan to go in for surgery and for D'Angelo De Niro to get his whole shoulder separated. That, creates some nifty little narrative excuses to get them all off TV. Woof. Also, D'Angelo De Niro calls aces and eights on Twitter aces and apes. Okay.
All right. He thought he was cooking with that, but he wasn't.
Mark? He was not.
He thought he was.
He's cooking on like a Little Tykes playset. It's it's easy to get them mixed up.
Yeah. So backstage, Sting is with Robbie E, Rob Van Dam, and AJ Styles. He's talking to him about the injury, and he's like, "I know you guys were set to still wrestle D'Angelo De Niro. So the only fair way to settle this is you guys are going to be in a three-way match." Right now, he reaffirms the 7-point, 10-point rule, but he also makes clear that Robbie T, you better not fucking go out there.
Yeah, but like, why didn't he have Robbie T gathered there in the first place? Like, following the proud tradition of all these pre-announced backstage matches that we've been seeing in this arc, Sting manages to book this match and announce the booking of this match to the workers in the weirdest possible way. He's like, so the 1-point rule, the 7 points for the pin, 10 points for the submission. Robbie T, get the fuck out of here! Like, what? You could have said this like a normal human, and you said it like a malfunctioning AI. Okay, it's on brand, whatever. So, also, I can't remember what exactly inspired the. It's the we go to commercial, we come back. Robbie E is the first to enter, and man, that entrance. Can we have Private Party? Private Party at Home is here with Robbie T and Robbie E. Private Party didn't even exist yet, and the bromance was Private Party at Home.
We got the Wish.com version first, incredibly.
True. And then someone said, that would make a good premium product. Have they patented it yet? Nope. Yoink. True innovation in this industry.
Yeah, so it is Robbie E versus Rob Van Dam versus AJ Styles. I am. Mike today takes that opportunity to remind us that tonight we will see the results of the paternity test. And by God, am I ready to talk about the paternity test?
Yep.
But first, we get this match, which I think is probably the best match of the show.
It is easily the best match of the show.
But I will say it like this, is that, the meme that's like talking about X in this company, it's the picture of the philosophers, and then talking about X in this company, it's a picture of like a toddler wearing the alphabet.
Yeah.
That is what this match felt like. The first part is when AJ and RVD were wrestling, and the second part was when Robbie E was wrestling one of them.
Bro, and here's the thing. The fact that Robbie E was here, I knew I could just feel in my bones what the punchline of this match was going to be. And that made it so difficult to get invested. Because I'm like, there's no point in this because I know deep in my soul how they're gonna end this thing, and I don't care. I
mean,
just
I
don't give a
appreciate that they did.
fuck.
I appreciate that the finish was dumb in the way that finish usually isn't.
Yeah.
But okay, it's the first half of the match is like RVD and Styles trying to wrestle each other, and Robbie.
I will
E
say
jumping
off the
in
bat,
like
Robbie
crazy.
E immediately gets caught between them at the very start of the match, and they just double team him and throw him the fuck over the top rope, and they're like, all right, now the adults are in the ring now. It's okay.
Yeah, they're doing RVD and AJ are doing their super cool athletic stuff. You know, the scissor pins and high kicks and drop kicks and all sorts of shit. And then Robbie E occasionally runs in and starts throwing punches, I guess.
I guess, yeah. He's
An
like, I'm here
example,
too.
a perfect example of how this match vibes work is that we cut to commercial. We come back from commercial, and they show a replay of what happened during the break. And during the break, Rob Van Dam hit AJ Styles with a rolling thunder monkey flip.
I know, what
And
the fuck?
And we cut back from commercial to Robbie E punching AJ in the corner. Okay.
Truly three men on deeply equal standing in the middle of this
Yeah.
ring.
Like, yeah, it's just so Robbie E is just so uninteresting relative to AJ and RVD. So
I know. Okay, and I have a question. Is it common in round robin tournaments to have a fight even after you've been mathematically eliminated, or is that just a quirk
yeah,
of how fucking annoyingly this?
no, you do gotta finish the round robin for the sake of
Okay,
fairness of everybody. You know, like
that's fair.
if this match doesn't happen, that's one less match for AJ and Rob, and
That's fair.
RVD. You know, so like you do
But
have to
like,
finish the round robin.
Robbie didn't need to be here.
Now,
He,
what could have happened that they didn't do is they could have given an auto win to the people we hadn't fought yet. I don't know how common that is, but that's just a thought I had as well. That you could have just given 7 points to AJ, RVD, and Robbie E.
that is
the match they didn't have, but
that is technically a forfeiture, so I
yeah,
wouldn't think it the worst thing in the world, like
and it would have had significant consequences on the final four. We will talk
oh my
about that.
god. Yeah, fucking real.
Any,
But yeah,
anyway, the match ends where they start hitting all of their big moves on each other. RVD hits the 5-star frog splash, and then Robbie on AJ Styles. And Robbie E, now normally how this spot would go is that Robbie E would push RVD out of the way and pin AJ, who just got hit with the 5-star frog splash.
correct.
What Robbie E does is he rolls up RVD.
I know, I was so confused because he goes over in that direction. I'm like, okay, but then he's like, actually, no. And like RVD is selling that he's like worn out, even though this match is also like 3 minutes long.
It's a lot longer than you think.
Is it? I swear to God, I looked back and it was like
it's a decent length match.
Maybe I swear to God, I thought it was. I looked back and I thought it was 3. Okay, maybe I'm just fucking.
Now I'm sure it felt like, space is warped and time is bendable.
Yeah,
I understand.
So that's the thing. I assumed it was longer, but like when I scrubbed back, it looked like the match started like 3 minutes early on the screen. I don't know. Maybe I'm just.
Well, now I gotta look this up because Cage Match probably has the.
It almost certainly does, yeah.
Especially because it was a live show, so it's like they would be able to clock that correctly.
Correct.
So April, yeah, this match went almost 13 minutes.
Oh, okay. I don't know why the fuck my scrubbing was lying to me then.
The next match is under 3 minutes, and is the match after that. But the BFG matches were both 12 minutes tonight.
Okay, well, fuck. Never mind.
Oh,
but
I
yeah,
forgot to mention, I know I saw the worst botch of the Styles DDT I have ever seen.
Oh, I know what match I'm thinking of. I know what match I'm thinking of. Okay, never mind. I got this mixed up with the next match. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I understand where that might come from. But anyway, I noted that, so AJ has a move where he springboards off the ropes and catches his opponent into a inverted DDT. Now, when done correctly, it is cool as fuck.
Yes.
One cool soft flowing motion. A good example of this is when he hit it on Kofi Kingston in his first year or so of the WWE. It went perfectly. It looked amazing.
AJ versus Kofi, that would be good.
Now, the problem is that a lot of times, and especially in his WWE run, it wouldn't work. Now, because it requires very good, perfect timing to work correctly. To be fair, what usually happens is AJ does the flip and then stops his momentum dead when he gets them in the reverse DDT and then does the DDT, which kind of defeats the point of doing the flip.
The whole, yeah, right.
Momentum when you land. This time managed to be worse than I usually see it, where RVD wasn't even in the correct position. So AJ does the flip and he doesn't catch Rob in the DDT.
Oh no, I missed that. I fucking missed that. I will say I got up early this morning to watch this episode because I had to dash off to work for the entire fucking day. But it was in this kind of mid stretch of the show that I felt truly vindicated in my take previously that 2012 TNA is perfect Saturday morning throw on shit. We're just here for the vibes, man. And it looks nice if you don't pay attention to the shit that's going on. If you're just kind of I'm just here enjoying the Saturday morning wrestling show and not super investing, whatever.
I'll be honest, my opinion of the in-ring at work in this episode is heavily influenced by the fact that I have watched 3 different Stardom shows in the last 48 hours. And all of them had better matches than this.
Really? Really?
This is
2024 Stardom. Oh my god. This is the problem with going to get hyper fixating on Joshi wrestling is you're never gonna be satisfied. You're always gonna be wanting. This morning
I watched a wrestler do a bear dance with another wrestler whose gimmick is I am a bear and I do a bear dance, and then she got rolled up immediately afterwards in under a minute.
Yeah, I still need to watch the videos you sent me because they weren't loading when I was at work. They sound insane.
Some of them are sick as hell. No, Mayu Iwatani won a match today. I watched Mayu Iwatani win a match today where she jumped backwards off the top rope into a poison Rana to win a match. And now I'm watching this match where the high spot is AJ doing a dive over the top rope to the guardrail.
Oh man, he's only a couple years away from getting out of here. He's so close to achieving his potential.
Anyway, back to point. Robbie E wins. He finishes the BFG series with 12 points. Incredibly, he is not advancing to the top
4. I can't believe that the GOAT, Robbie E, and his whopping 12
and 11.
My God. And his 2 wins were beating Jeff Hardy AJ Styles and Rob Van Dam.
All on television. Truly incredible.
Does this go anywhere? Does Robbie E get a push off the back of this?
Not really.
Why? I mean, I know why, because he's Robbie E, but why aren't we just having him job this entire tournament?
I mean, he's still just hanging out with Robbie T.
Do they ever get, like, tag gold or anything?
I don't think so. Oh, hey, that's nice. He'll challenge Samoa Joe for the TV title. He won't win, but, you know, that will be a thing that he does. They're going to break. Robbie T and Robbie E are going to break up at the turn of 2013.
How? They're literally Robbie T and Robbie E. It's like the Ice Climbers. If one of them, like, goes away, the other one just fucking evaporates.
Well, Robbie T gets mad that Robbie T starts upstaging Robbie E. And so Robbie E turns on him. And then after that, Robbie E starts doing the exact same gimmick with Jesse Goddard.
Which one is the face in that feud?
Robbie T is the baby face in the feud.
What?
And he starts using his real name, Rob Terry.
Oh, yeah, dude. I'm so glad that you grew up from your distinctive character of Robbie T and evolved into the much more respectable gimmick of Normal McNormal Pants. What? Why would you do that?
Hey, that is the current OVW champion you're disrespecting.
Is it?
He is. I looked up his Wikipedia page, and right now, as of like during this episodes we're watching, Robbie T is the OVW champion.
Well, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, I can't fathom why a man of the caliber of Rob Terry isn't single-handedly helping OVW fill its multi-thousand-seater show that they're doing for some reason.
Anyway, whatever. Up next, Jeff Hardy is coming to the ring.
Yes.
And he says, "Hello to my creatures." And he calls out Robbie T for revenge. And
we're
so
doing
they
this
have a
feud for some reason.
This is still happening, and Jeff Hardy wins in sub 3 minutes.
Oh my god.
Zippity doo-dah.
What
Okay.
a fantastic start to this feud.
I'm pretty sure this is an end. I'm pretty sure they're ending the feud.
They're blowing off here?
I think so, yeah.
What
Jeff Hardy
shit?
has better things to do than wrestle Rob Terry.
Yeah, well, that's why I was confused, brother. Was because I was like, why in the shit are they running this in the first place? Jeff Hardy has
better loose end
than wrestle Rob Terry.
Well, we got to tie up the loose end. Robbie T cost Jeff Hardy the match against Robbie E, so he's got it like a month ago. So we got to get revenge.
They created this loose end. What are you talking about?
Well, now they got to tie it up. That's just good. That's just all buttoned up. That's just good. That's just good storytelling and continuity.
That's just good storytelling. Also, the last update on WrestleTix for OVW Wrestling Fight Night at the Appalachian Wireless Arena in Pikeville, Kentucky, with the current setup of 48 1,006 tickets. They have distributed 823, which, is more than I would have expected them to sell. But with 2 weeks to go until showtime,
they gotta get Robbie T back.
They gotta trot Rob Terry out on that press tour to draw those numbers. Otherwise, Al, it's not going to be a good show, Al.
They don't got draws. They don't got draws as the champion no more.
I can't imagine.
They haven't had a champion that has a Wikipedia page since November 2022.
Wait, I thought you said Rob Terry was
No, Rob Terry was the champion in 2012 during this arc.
And he's also being Jesus Christ. Al Snow is really doing some fucking embezzlement of talent to OVW from TNA in 2012. What the shit?
No, the current champion is some motherfucker named Crixus. I don't know why they're not selling out the house with a man like that on top.
I'm baffled, I tell you.
Do you want to know who has the most reigns as the OVW champion and who has the most days as OVW champion?
Please tell me it is Rob Terry. Please tell me.
I wish. That would be so funny. The answer is, of course, a 10-time OVW champion for 500 days is Nick Dinsmore. Eugene himself is the greatest OVW champion of all time.
What? What?
Bro, Jim Cornette was just tossing that belt on that dude. God damn.
Jim Cornette said, yes, this is the guy that deserves the strap. The man who had a star turn as Eugene. I assume this is post Eugene that he had such accolades heaped on him.
Obviously not. This is pre-Eugene.
Wait, he went from being 500 days as OVW champ to being Eugene?
That is correct, though his last 2 reigns are post-Eugene.
Well, that's... I was gonna say,
But, to be clear, he was in Ohio Valley Wrestling for 8 years and won the title 8 times before he became Eugene.
An average of once a year. I cannot imagine Eugene being so over that the fans demanded 1 reign per year for 8 consecutive.
He wasn't Eugene. He was just a dude.
That's what I'm saying.
And back to the point here. Gets back to TNA, where the real stars are. Backstage, we get Christopher Daniels and Kazarian talking about the paternity test upcoming. And Christopher Daniels being like, AJ Styles thinks he's got the answers, but he hasn't even heard all the questions yet. Shut the fuck up, CD. Shut the fuck up and go away.
Go away. Yeah, I said what? I said what the shit did you just say? There was a cute interaction though. CD and Kaz competing for cutest couple in the TNA 2012 yearbook. They Kaz and Appletini, and Kaz is like, no, fuck, I hate sugar. That's so bad for you. What the and CD's like, an Appletini a day keeps the doctor, or one of these a day keeps the doctor away. He's like, that's an Appletini. What are you talking about? If they didn't immediately seize on an Appletini a day keeps the doctor away to sell some wine mom ass merch, there truly was no hope for TNA.
They really did leave money on the table.
They left so they didn't even need wrestling fans to buy that. If they just blasted that one out on the old
whoa, David, are you trying to say that a wrestling company can make merch that would appeal to a non-wrestling fan? This isn't working for me. I don't know what you're trying to say.
Look,
hold on.
I understand this is a bit heretical, a bit outside the box, if you will, but just imagine some random Midwestern mom wearing a shirt that says an apple teeny a day keeps the doctor away, and she's
I
like,
see the vision, but there is no wrestling booker in history that would ever see your vision. I see it though.
Can you just imagine though? She's like, I've never heard of this designer Christopher Daniels before, but he's a real visionary. And I hope to see more of his fashion line, in my closet in the future.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So they recap the whole. I guess Sting has a thing backstage where he's screaming at aces and eights, and he's like, "I'm gonna deal the dead man's hand. It's showtime!"
Yeah, I don't know. He said shit. Whoop-de-doo.
On the Sting was maybe an 8 out of 10 on being a parody of himself on this episode.
Sting was a parody of a parody of himself. Like, this man is fully just leaning into being the Joker, but like every like
what a weird
40-year-old guy at a party's like drunk impression of the Joker, like several years removed from the Dark Knight being out, and they still think it'll get them bitches as if it even got them bitches in the first place.
The Dark Knight Returns has already come out now. What the fuck are you doing?
Where is Bane's Sting? If we're talking about impressions that 40-year-old dudes love to do drunken parties, why the fuck didn't he pivot to Bane's Sting?
Aces and eights. I'm ready to deal the dead man's hand. It's showtime.
You merely adopted the playing cards.
You merely adopted the games. I was molded into them, molded by them.
You merely adopted the motorcycles. I was there when we rode an entire motorcade to Hog Wild in the 90s. Oh my god. Yeah, so they slog us.
What Sting should have done is change his character to be the newest Batman movie villain every time.
Absolutely. Why didn't we get Sting retiring as Riddler? That's Paul Dano Riddler's thing.
We should have.
Yeah, that would have been so much better than what we got.
Riddle me this, young bucks. Riddle me that.
Except it's on a fucking shaky phone cam because we're doing a commentary on like modern domestic terrorism and online radicalization, and Sting's like, yeah, cool. I'll shake my phone. I think that gets the gist across.
Yeah. Anyway, we get a long recap of the entire AJ Styles storyline.
They slog us back through this thing one last painful time.
Jeremy Borash is in the ring, and he welcomes AJ to the ring, and he says that we are going to find out who that baby daddy is. And Styles wants to first tell us how he feels about it.
The crowd is chanting, "Who's the daddy?" And AJ's just solemnly like, "Well, I guess we're gonna find out who the daddy is, huh?"
This crowd chanting, "Who's the daddy?" They will once again not be seeing the light of heaven.
Yeah, I know. These jabronis are like, let's make fun chants out of AJ's sexual assault baby. And AJ's like, yeah, no, I guess, and AJ's just like, I guess.
Yes, AJ Styles, he gets the mic and he's like, he wants to apologize, say sorry to his friends, to all his fans, and to his family, how you've got to put up with all this. And AJ's like, look, there's a night of my life that I don't remember. And I wish it had never existed. And AJ's like, I know one thing, if I am the father of this baby, then I will take care of it. You know, I am a man, and I to handle my responsibilities. But then he's like, but if I am not the father of this baby, Christopher Daniels and Kazarian, I never want to hear a word from you ever again.
Literally never talk to me. I will get a restraining order from you and maybe this entire company.
So Jeremy Borash asks for Claire Lynch to come out. And you know that it's not going to be Claire Lynch because Christopher Daniels' fucking Titan Jumbotron video pops up.
Here's the thing, though. I didn't know off the top of my head that was his video and music. And so I was like, oh shit, Claire Lynch has entrance music now? Which would have been a much funnier outcome, I think.
No. Kazarian and Daniels come out. Kazarian has got the mic and he wants them to cut the crap. And all AJ cares, even now, all AJ cares about is protecting the AJ Styles brand.
AJ's literally like, if this non-consensually conceived baby belongs to me, I will take care of it. And Kaz is like, all you care about is your brand.
And Kazarian basically blames AJ Styles' absentee fatherism on incels and prison and criminals.
Yeah, this motherfucker is out here doing a pseudo-sociological rant about the prison system.
We are like extremely close to him just doing weird right-wing talking points about black fathers.
I was about to say,
AJ is white, so it's fine, I guess.
Ever so slightly verging on 1350. Ever so slightly.
It is so close.
And I was like, I was tugging at my shirt a little bit. I was like, oh, Gaz, I don't know if I like where you're going with this one, brother.
He's basically like, all these people have trouble. And they go in and they get in jail. Maybe they needed was a little guidance and love from their fathers.
Again, the thing AJ literally offered to provide this child if it turned out to be his.
Kazarian is like, all you care about is the phenomenal one, and he does the fucking flip pose.
Yeah.
And now you need to be concerned about the little one.
Thank you.
And
thank you.
And then Christopher Daniels makes this even more insane as he gets the microphone and he talks about how AJ has turned his back on Claire for weeks and it has caused stress, not just emotional pain, not just mental pain, physical pain. And he says that due to the stress, Claire Lynch will not be here tonight because she has a placental disruption, which is almost a real thing. The correct term is placental abruption.
Oh my god, he couldn't even remember the proper medical term!
Which is basically when the placenta starts removing itself from the womb, and so the baby is no longer getting its proper resources while in.
Yes.
It's a very serious medical issue. But
the punchline being that walkity, it's a wrestling pregnancy storyline with a fake pregnancy. Of course, we're ending this in a miscarriage.
This,
however,
truly is. Before we get into it, I want to say, CD starts ranting, and then a woman in a suit comes up while he is ranting and raving about AJ is a bastard and he hopes he's happy and how he's done wrong by Claire. And now I will say, this may be the greatest troll job I've ever done on this podcast. Because I ended 6 episodes. We have been here for 6 episodes. I've gotten David to watch 9 hours of TNA about this fucking storyline with this where Claire is pregnant with AJ's baby, maybe. Only for the reveal to be that she was never pregnant. None of this mattered. None of it was relevant. It was all fake. This storyline means absolutely nothing.
See, here's the thing. The way you built this up in the front half, I was expecting.
I told you it was gonna be dumb. I told you.
The way you built this up, I was expecting something explosive. I was expecting the most. How did they pull this idea out of their whole asses to be presented? I was expecting shit to get real offensive, real filthy, and overall just real weird. And what I got instead was poor beleaguered Universal actress number 2 trying her hardest amidst the insane conditions of delivering a monologue like this in a wrestling ring in front of a live wrestling crowd, telling us that she is in fact Claire Lynch's lawyer, and Claire is here in letter form to confess that this was all a lie, and no, she was never remotely pregnant, and none of this had to do with anything. And I thought, for a moment, wow, that's it? Really? That's it? We built all this up, and this is what we ended with? And then I sat with that for a little bit, and I thought, we built up to all of this. And instead of getting my gigantic cathartic fucking conclusion that would have set my soul free after all this torture, we get J.K. Law. There was no pregnancy this entire fucking time. And I was a little offended by that. I really. It's like, Austin, I have a question for you. Do you know how, on a psychological, neurological level, songs get stuck in our heads?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes. For those listening at home, if you are unfamiliar with the thing that causes this awful phenomenon, it is essentially when your mind goes through part of a song and then does not reach its conclusion, and the mind, unsatisfied, keeps circling back, looking for that conclusion. I feel as though this is the equivalent of that. I feel as though I will now forever be trapped in the cage of having to think about this arc because there is no true conclusion for my mind to latch onto. It'll just have to keep recurring back, hoping that maybe this fucking time, there will actually be a satisfactory explanation. But no, none of it was real. And we wrap up this slog, this ass pain mind fuck of an arc, with AJ being like, well, that's neat. Dropkick CD and Kazarian. Feud over. It's done. We're never talking about this again. What
no, we're not.
In the Sam Hill did we just watch, Austin?
that was what I was hoping for. That was worth it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I was going to say, for the fact that I had to watch 9 hours of TNA, you sure had to watch a whole lot more, fucko.
No, you see, I feel like in this moment now, it feels like it was all worth it.
Oh!
I knew you would get mad at the fact that it all leads to nothing because they say it was fake the whole time.
My disappointment, my underwhelm turned to fury quite quickly. I'm so glad. Did you enjoy yourself? Did you have fun with this one?
Right here, right now, at almost 11 o'clock on Saturday, August 17th, I did have a lot of fun.
Oh, I'm so glad. My whole fucking monologue at the top of the WCW Reset episode was prophetic. This is what it was truly building to, and I was not prepared in the slightest. I did not mentally fortify myself for this outcome. I walked from this space a broken man, and I hope you enjoy the knowledge that you did this to me. Oh,
yeah.
but
So
yeah,
the
but
thing is,
I guess we've been thinking too hard about it. I guess it doesn't really matter anyway.
no, I guess not. Yeah. So the thing is that by now, wrestling fans had figured out the identity of Claire Lynch, and flooded her social media and her professional acting website with hateful comments because they're fucking because weird incel smarks derogatory.
Yeah,
And
but
so
really, the people chanting "We want Hogan" and "Who's your daddy" are weird incel smarks. Really, 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 you don't say.
and so Claire Lynch has quit. She's been quit for a while now. That's why she hasn't been on TV the last couple of weeks.
Oh my god.
And so she quit and she completely scrubbed her entire everything so that she could still, get work.
Yeah.
Because, now if anyone tried to look her up, they're going to be filled, they're going to have to read through the cesspool of wrestling fans on the internet.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't know where they were going to take this storyline. Nobody knows. Like, if wrestling fans acted normal and didn't bully an actress off of the internet, what would have happened? Who knows? What I do know is this was their off ramp, where there's just like, LOL, actually, none of it was real. This was all just a big old blackmail attempt by CD and Kazarian. Now, she does acknowledge that she did spike AJ's drink. So, to be clear what happened that night is she did roofie AJ.
Except not with alcohol. It was a cola.
Because AJ doesn't drink.
AJ doesn't drink, and that's the whole thing.
And so she didn't have sex with AJ. That didn't happen. She just roofied AJ and then took compromising pictures of it with him as if they did have sex.
Yes. Now, okay, so here's the thing. That to actually dig into this letter that Claire Lynch sent via her lawyer on retainer that she has somehow is
they must pay great at Universal Studios Orlando.
But even Claire Lynch and kayfabe, I find it rather astounding that a recently recovered drug addict has enough.
Allegedly, I've got to be honest. They mentioned that she first came into contact with CD and Kazarian in January of 2012. So,
but wasn't she a close personal friend of AJ and Dixie? Supposedly, don't they implicate that was a long time?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if they even remember that plot point anymore.
They clearly barely remember the addict thing anyway.
So, I'm just saying, it's not the only reason I think that she's probably is in kayfabe, she is an addict, is because I don't understand why you'd fake that part.
Well, because to me the implication of that is you fake being an addict to ingratiate yourself into the lives of these two very charitable humans that will help you out. It was a ruse to get their friendship in the first place, and then do the contrived bullshit from I don't know.
Complete
absolute gobbledygook from top to bottom. But yeah,
let's follow the plot thread of Kazarian and Daniels here. So here's what Daniels and Kazarian did. They got in contact with Claire to do a setup to to blackmail AJ. Before they put that in motion, though, they make claims that AJ and Dixie Carter are having an affair. They already know that isn't true, presumably, because they would know that the real truth of that is that Claire is getting help for her drug addiction with those two.
Yes.
So they waste everybody's time doing that part.
Correct.
For reasons I don't know. Was it all just to get Claire to be on TV and thus create a reason for everyone to know who Claire is, so that when they drop the, oh my God, you're with AJ's baby, they've established context?
I don't even like. Let's like. Where was their feud with AJ in January?
They weren't, I don't think, because they start beefing because Kazarian and AJ were a tag team until CD gives him the dark secret information. This is the alleged affair that gets Kazarian to turn on AJ, and that happens in like April. I know because that was soon, because I watched that part in the lead up to us doing the Claire Lynch part. So that was only a couple months before we started the arc. So it didn't start in January. It was like April and May is when that part happens.
So, I mean, it's obvious. The reason that everyone in TNA 2012 is acting like have been drinking stupid pills is because all of the writers are on that same fucking drug. Hell of a drug, the stupid pill it is. They call it the scourge of the century. But the sheer lack of thought that went into any of this. Like, I know this was a bailout, but holy God, you guys forgot your own asses 20 times over while constructing this. What the shit?
And I do have to add, this isn't really a plot hole because this is just more hubris, I think. But it is amusing to think that Daniels and Kazarian, like, how long did they think they could get away with this exactly? Like, their plan hinges on Claire never deciding to do the exact thing she does here and feel guilty about it.
Yeah, like they relied on her being just as much of a piece of shit as they were, but like,
what was their answer going to be for the paternity test?
What even was their tether to Claire here? Like, what incentivized her to do this for them?
That's also a good question. Why did she get involved in this at all?
Were they paying her? Like,
the plot makes almost sense when Claire's actions are legitimate. They make no sense with the idea that she went into it pre-planned with them.
This is just all kinds of dumb. And to just put a little cherry on top of the dumb cake is Claire's confession letter is like, I have done, she literally says, like, I have done illegal things.
I am turning myself into the cops.
Literally, I'm turning my ass into the authorities. Austin, what happens to Daniels and Kazarian after they are directly implicated in these deeply illegal actions?
Hey, now that all happened on a wrestling show, which means that is outside the jurisdiction of the police, as has been proven by decades of wrestling.
Well then, dear God, Claire, you don't need to turn yourself in. You got immunity, baby.
She would, but she just feels so guilty about it. She has to do this. Daniels and Kazarian don't give a fuck, so they're not going to
turn herself in off screen after admitting to these illegal acts, again, by her own words, endorsed by a practicing lawyer. these illegal acts directly implicates Daniels and Kazarian, and the repercussions they get out of this is a dropkick from AJ Styles.
I admit that I do not know the legal what counts for what kind of legal issues here. I will say that if I had to try to bullshit away that CD and Kazarian get off here, they don't technically do anything. Who drugs AJ? Claire. Who takes the picture? Who takes the pictures? Claire. Who threatens AJ? Claire.
Aren't incitement and conspiracy crimes though?
You see, I don't. That's what I meant. Is I don't know how much they're on the line for clearly like conspiring with her to do those things.
Okay.
I do not know.
Let me see.
I don't think we need to worry about this.
Let me make
Google
an attempt.
this.
No. Now I'm curious. Let me make an attempt. I make no promises, dear viewer, of this being fulfilled. Let me make an attempt to my to reach out to my unofficial lawyer on not retainer to see if I can get an answer on this one before we finish recording. I make no promises, but
So if you get an answer, we'll cycle back on that.
Yeah, we'll cycle back.
I think that the best legal defense is that this is wrestling, and the cops have no jurisdiction in wrestling that isn't provided to them by a wrestling authority figure.
Okay, sure.
Also known as the Carney's gonna Carney rule.
Carney, yeah, the famous legal doctrine of Carney's gonna Carney.
Well, that's
how could I forget?
I mean, I guess that is like the Carney's gonna Carney. The cops don't know what is and isn't part of the show, so what can you do? Congratulations, though, AJ. You are not the father, and you are out of this fucking storyline forever.
And we're never gonna talk about this again. This is how this fucking feud ends.
It is.
Great. And Daniels and Kazarian go on to be one of the most renowned tag teams in like modern wrestling history, off the back of Claire fucking Lynch.
One of the great tag teams of the 2010s, for sure. But but this is how it all started. Was Claire Lynch. Then we get a video from Chris Louie, the gut check participant. Yeah, it's just talking about how hard a life he's had, and he's got to fight.
Again,
he's so motivated.
He said he would kill himself to get a contract. Wait, Chris, don't do it.
My God, they don't pay that much at TNA.
They don't pay that. He also says words that no real person has ever spoken. I was blessed to get a call from Al Snow.
That's a fake sentence.
You're lying to our faces at this very, very. Oh my God! We cut back to Steve Borden having the most fun.
The Aces and Eights are just wandering around backstage, not doing nothing. 3 of them are there, and Sting is like, he pops out of the shadows, and he's like, guys, so you want to play games? And you like playing games? How about 52 card pickup? And he throws the fucking cards. And then
he doesn't even throw them. He like bridges them onto the floor, like bruh.
And then he's like, and then we see Hulk Hogan walking up behind the Aces and Eights as Sting is talking. And Sting goes, I got another game I like to play. And he tosses the bat to Hogan. And Hulk Hogan knocks out all 3 members of the Aces and Eights with one swing of the bat.
Yeah, like he catches the thing and just wham, it's done. And also and he is He's Hollywood Hulk Hogan again. He's snarling like a dog.
He gets in the face of one of those dudes. If you attack my daughter again, dude, I'm gonna rip your heart out and feed it to my damn dog, brother.
Oh my god, it's so fucking uncomfy. And of course,
Sting
has contractually obligated to fawn over Hogan's roid muscles.
He's like, oh, Hollywood, you're back. It's showtime.
Yeah. Last time he was Hollywood, didn't you, like, hate him? Why are we happy to see Hollywood Hulk Hogan right now?
I don't know why Sting's bringing this homoerotic energy with Hulk Hogan into this storyline. I prefer
again. Steve Borden is clearly having the time of his life, even if he is phoning it the fuck in. I can't tell if Steve's all in on this or if he's just doing whatever. I'm just
whatever.
Here to have
this is
fun.
not the old man yaoi I'm here for. So I'd like them to stop.
I know. I feel yuck.
Then we come back from a commercial.
There are Hangman and Swerve trying to murder each. I guess it's not old man yaoi. You know what I mean. Anyway.
Yes. But we come back from commercial and we get another gut check video, this time from former winner Alex Silva. He, by the way, has not been on TV since he won gut check. He has been in OVW. So it's like they forgot about him, I guess, or something, or whatever. I don't know. He's going to debut in November on TV.
They dangle the mythological creature of a gut check winner in front of our faces to be like, guys, totally. All these dudes that won this thing and disappeared in the ether, they're totally gonna matter. There's something that's gonna come of this. Just you wait. They're coming.
They're still here. They're still here. But whatever. He just talks some stuff about how he wants to be the best wrestler in this business. He's gonna wrestle 5 matches on TNA. Then we go to Jeremy Borash to welcome us to Gut Check. It's Chris Louie versus Gunner, and you can bet I didn't watch this match.
They're talking on commentary about Chris Louie is aggressive. Clearly, I'm sorry to say that Chris Louie is aggressively average. I'm very sorry. He was a guy.
As you expect, he loses. Gunner hits a fireman's carry face buster. Is supposed to be what this is, except it really doesn't look like that. It looks more like he kind of just dumped him in a heap on the ground.
Yeah, the outcome of this match was about as underwhelming as the match itself. I wasn't exactly did not come out of this compelled in the way I was to see Taylor Hendricks rise above.
And thank God that we will not be watching the next episode to hear what Bruce Pritchard and Al Snow think about this guy.
I'm gonna take a wild guess that Chris Louie does not become a supposed winner. Winner being a very loose term of gut check next time around. I'm divining.
I do gotta check. No, he did not.
I am not surprised.
They got unanimous no's.
Oh no! Unfortunate. I feel like it's definitely harder to be a male gut check contestant than a female because, there probably is some room on that women's division right now. Doesn't seem terribly deep. And you don't exactly, if you don't have a stellar or better showing on your gut check as a dude, you're not, this isn't gonna end well for you. You're getting
lost in the shuffle real quick here.
Yeah. Even TNA is oh yeah, we have nothing for this guy.
Holy shit. We got nothing. Then we get a way too long video package that is interviewing Kurt Angle and Jeff Hardy about their hardcore justice losses. I don't care.
Yeah, I was like, why are we watching these promos now? Why are they like talking sincerely about their standings in the fucking Bound for Glory series? Like, and talking about like, man, that was rough, but I can climb back. Why are we watching these promos after the red line of death has already crept up past their standings? Why are we wasting our time on this? Jeff Hardy, Jeff Hardy's bumming out especially hard. I was like getting depressed watching it. I'm like, Jesus, dude, it's fine. It's the BFG series.
Now it's time for a real highlight of this episode.
It's time for the best part of this episode by a country fucking mile.
ODB is on the phone, leaving, I presume, a voicemail to Eric Young, who, again, she is like, what the fuck? It has been 3 weeks. Where the fuck are you? She still wants that fried chicken. And she's like, I know you're a big old fisher now and you catch on your show catching sharks and tuna. But she needs him to bring his reel back here and fish in her Great Lakes. And she plays her fucking boobs as always.
He aggressively fondles her massive tits.
Yeah.
But also she needs him to bring the fried chicken. She needs him.
She needs the fried chicken.
She as she so eloquently puts it, I'm hungry.
Yeah. Love me, ODB.
Bro, no. I need to read this off. So yeah, you're a big fisherman traveling all the blah blah blah. We did. You're a big fisherman traveling all over the world, catching sharks, catching tuna. What you need to be catching is your wife. You catch your soul in these Great Lakes. Yeah, that's right. My fish are jumping, boy. Boom.
Love
boom
it
in there, and then she's like, signing off. Hey, don't forget the fried chicken. And then she looks off into the middle distance to someone off camera. Goes, hey, what's your name? It doesn't matter. How old are you? What?
She's gonna get her fucking beer, man. She needs to know.
She's
asking if that guy can go buy her liquor.
I find it hard to believe that ODB, after having cut a promo where the main thrust, if you'll forgive the pun, is how aggressively horny she is, she wasn't also thinking a little bit that maybe maybe she and EY got a little open marriage thing going on.
I want to believe that ODB is very big into the sanctity of marriage.
I may be one dirty bitch, but even I respect the bounds of holy matrimony.
Yeah, absolutely.
It doesn't. Yeah, I took a completely different reading than the liquor thing. I fully assumed she was checking for age of consent there, brother.
Oof. So Mr. Anderson, Mr. Anderson gets to the ring. And he's like, tonight is his last Bound for Glory series match. And he saved the biggest, the strongest, the meanest, the toughest. Seemingly people in the crowd are starting to try to yell names. Some guy says something and he goes, no. And then another guy gets presumably Bully Ray and he goes, yes. And he announces Bully Ray is his opponent. Now, as a reminder to people, the red line of death is at 50 points. Mr. Anderson is at 40 points. Remember that based on how this match goes.
I will also remind people that tonight is open fight night, and Mr. Anderson is using his open fight night to call out the only person he is allowed to face in the BFG series. What a great use!
He could have. He could have called out somebody else. Jeff Hardy did that.
Well, he could have, but he's like, really?
He wants to be done in the BFG series.
Yeah, he's like, get me out of here.
So this match is fine.
It's fine.
I don't particularly care for either of these guys as in-ring wrestlers.
Particularly Bully Ray. Mr. Anderson, I can be moved to enjoy a little more.
Yeah. But that basically means they're just doing relatively basic moves at each other.
I know.
They do a lot of counter heavy stuff at the end of the match, and then Anderson hits the mic check for the pin and the win, except that's not enough points. What are you doing? And in fact, they don't bring up the submission thing at all during the match.
He did not remotely attempt to go for a submission finish. They had a built-in story for this match, and they went, nah, that's fine. Let's just put on a mid-ass match that belongs on like mid-2000s Raw. Holy Jesus.
Yeah, so whoopity-doo. Mr. Anderson has 47 points. He is done, and he is out. Now, we can continue to the end of the show here, or we can resolve the BFG series thing. I know we were talking about going over the end of the series, the entire rest of the series, how that actually ends, because we're done with matches tonight.
Let's take our little detour into BFG lane before my brain utterly shuts down in the main event.
Yeah, because the main
event
the main event. It's fucking stupid.
Not even a match.
It's dumb and bad. Anyway, as a reminder, right now it is James Storm with 1 match left, 66 points. Samoa Joe, 2 matches left, 61 points. RVD, 2 matches left, 55 points. AJ Styles, 2 matches left, 50 points. Bully Ray, 2 matches left, 48 points. Kurt Angle, 1 match left, 48 points. Jeff Hardy, 2 matches left, 42 points. Everybody else is eliminated and done. I don't care. Now, we can do this match by match, or I can just go ahead and skip to the part where you get the final 4.
Let's just... I don't know if I can handle match by match.
I will say then that they did even out and everybody had 13 matches. So they did successfully do their little round.
A miracle if ever I've witnessed one. It does almost make me impressed in a deeply perverse way with mid-2012's TNA's bookers that they were able to take the longest, most scenic route fucking possible around goddamn Robin. It is impressive that they may have tripped over their dicks on the continuity of the Claire Lynch, but oh boy, did they somehow manage to perfectly keep track of the most intricate, convoluted spiderweb of a round robin the world has ever seen. Kudos to them, you fucking moron dumbasses, sons of bitches, you.
All right, so the final 4 for the BFG series. In first place, James Storm wins his last match to finish with 73 points.
Cool.
Samoa Joe wins one of his last 2 matches to finish with 68 points in second place.
Oh, he was so close to the funny number. No.
Rip.
Rip and piss.
Bully Ray wins both of his last 2 matches to finish with 62 points and in 3rd place. And Jeffrey Hardy wins both of his last 2 matches, including tapping out Kurt Angle to finish with 59 points and finish 4th.
Where the shit did RVD go?
Rob Van Dam lost his last 2 matches and finished at 55. AJ Styles lost his last 2 and finished at 50. And Kurt Angle lost his last match to finish at 48.
I got nothing. I got nothing. This BFG series. Well, I guess Samoa Joe is rocking that 2nd place, but like, it's fine. James Storm, the man who was favored to win from the beginning. Yeah, he just won. Congratulations.
Well, no, we go to the semifinals. Hold on.
Oh.
We have semifinal matches.
Okay.
They do 1 versus 3 and 2 versus 4. I don't know why they do that. That's not how that normally works.
That's bizarre.
But Bully Ray beats James Storm, and Jeff Hardy beats Samoa Joe. So the finals is Bully Ray versus Jeff Hardy. And Jeff Hardy makes the comeback win to win the 2012 Bound for Glory series. And
wow.
Spoiler alert, Jeff Hardy beats Austin Aries for the belt at Bound for Glory.
What? Of all of those outcomes, that was the least, I did not, wow. You know, Jeff Hardy's chill enough. He's not my favorite boy. He's far from my least favorite boy. He's aight. He can be a lot of fun. I enjoy when he's going real crazy with it. Thank God it wasn't Bully Ray. You know, I was worried for a second there. Deeply funny that Austin Aries talked all this mad shit and held his belt for, I guess, like, I don't know, like 3 pay-per-view cycles, I guess. Not terrible.
Yeah, I mean, he made it 3 pay-per-views. It's not the greatest reign in the world, but I mean, it could be worse.
It could be worse. But either way, but that's because they're monthly, right? It's in 2012.
Yeah, so
they're monthly. He made it 3 months.
He won it on July 8th. He loses it on October 12th.
Woof. That's funny. And does he
14th.
like get it back? Does he like enter a feud with Hardy to like steal it back, or is he gone for?
I have no idea how many times he won the belt or not.
That's fair.
I'm gonna look that up now because I'm curious. He wins. He holds it for 98 days, and DeVore loses it to Jeffrey Hardy.
Damn,
and
doesn't even reach 100. What a fucking scrub.
And he absolutely, oh no, what? Oh, forgot. In 2018, he wins the belt back when it's on Impact. Then he loses it to Pentagon Jr.
Base.
Who holds it for 2 days until he drops it back to Aries at their next pay-per-view event. Then he loses, and then this 3rd reign goes for 173 days when he loses it to Johnny Impact, and he famously no-sells the finish, and he flips off the crowd on the way out.
All roads lead back to Aries being the biggest fucking ass.
And all that 3rd longest reigning champion in the history of TNA. Only Kurt Angle and Bobby Lashley have held the belt longer than Austin Aries.
Cumulatively?
Yes, cumulatively.
Oh, okay. Really?
Yes.
Ugh.
Moose is. There are a couple people who are stupid close. Aries had it for 373 days. Moose has had it for 371 days, and Bobby Roode has had it for 367.
How in the shit do they not have longer cumulative title holders than that? How did the OG boys not have longer title reigns than that? Didn't Sting and Flair fucking trade that shit back and forth for years?
I'm talking about the TNA World Title, which does not share lineage with the NWA title.
Oh.
TNA's did not have the TNA title as their primary title until May of 2007. Before that, it was the NWA title that has all the fucking lineage from way
What the
back
shit,
in the day.
brother? That's fucked up. All right, well, base Jeff Hardy stops Bully Ray from getting the dub and also dethrones Austin Aries, but also absolute pain that Bully Ray clawed his way to the fucking final. Ah!
All right, so then back to the show. After that, Aces and Eights have a backstage promo that's like, haha, this is all part of our plan. They, I guess, plan to get their asses kicked all night long.
What? I
was
keep waiting
curious
for the
about
suffering to start. The show's runtime keeps going on. It can't. I think you've lost the ability to call it a night of long suffering or whatever. But like, you can at least call it a night of suffering. You can redeem yourselves at the end, and they try to get there. Not Devon
So
isn't exactly speaking the most prophetic words at the moment.
They're like, we're ready to deal the dead man's hand. Great. So then, for the last 8-ish minutes of the show, Sting brings out the wrestlers again, and they're waiting for the fight, and then they just brawl with the Aces and Eights for the rest of the show. They go all over the backstage. There's seemingly an infinite supply of NPCs, Aces and Eights members to attack.
As ever, the spawn point is somewhere off screen, and the extras, the jobbers here are as innumerable as they are squishy and easy to dick all over.
Basically, the strategy that Ace and Eights tries to use here is they keep drawing the TNA wrestlers away from the ring. So everyone's surrounding the ring, and then they get everyone to clear out to go backstage, except for Hardy, RVD, and Aries. Yeah. And then we get cuts to fucking Hogan throwing a dude through lockers, and James Storm beating ass.
It is so funny to me that Hogan just refused to actually show up in ring on this episode. The crowd was going feral for him, and he was like, "Nah, I'm staying back here, brother.
The house wasn't big enough, brother.
The house wasn't
Can't
good
make
enough.
Come back yet."
My! I'm getting the most terrible cramp whenever I try to walk in the direction of the arena. Oh, brother! I don't think I can handle this.
Yeah, that's Hogan's had that condition for years, where he starts cramping up if the pre-sale numbers aren't high enough.
Truly, nary a more sympathetic condition that one can find on God's green earth. There is one kind of neat thing I saw in ring during this whole thing where like not Devon like whacks Aries in the middle of the ring.
So what happens is then after the first wave of Aces and Eights guys get the ring down to just those 3 men, second wave comes out, and
these are the real guys. These are the real fucking guys.
They draw Hardy and RVD out and get them out of the picture. And so now in the ring, it's just Austin Aries versus the 5 real wrestlers that are in Aces and Eights.
Yes.
And so they have this setup where they set up like a guardrail in the corner, and they It sounds they made it
No,
seem like
this is before the guardrail.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know what you're thinking.
This is before the guardrail. Like, they're getting into the ring. Like, when they first get into that ring, not Devon, like, whacks Aries. And Aries fucking does, like, an aerial corkscrew as a bump. Which was, to be fair, fucking insane and looked really cool and made not Devon look like an absolute goddamn monster. What's really funny is, yeah, they take one of the guardrails to, like, get it in the ring and set up a spot. The crowd tries to fucking keep them from getting it into the ring. Like, the crowd, the front row crowd is, like, grabbing onto this guardrail and trying to prevent them from dragging it into the ring. Which is, oh man, the bunch of fucking sickos. And this is the one time where it's actually kind of funny this time. And
so they set up the guardrail in the corner, and they put Aries' hand on the guardrail, and then they use a chair and smash his hand.
Of all the things you could have done with this setup, these lawless bikers, they decide to whack Aries' hand.
And so then they are beating down Aries until Bully Ray runs in with his biker chain, and they all run away.
Yeah, Aries, who's totally not in aces and eights. Aries, who's not Aries. Bully, who's totally not in aces and eights, comes to be the one to drive them off. Ah, he's so innocent.
So they all run off, and we leave, and we end the show watching the aces and eights all get on their motorcycles and drive off.
Okay, how the shit did they get to their motorcycles that fast? Because we cut to them, like, starting to run out of the ring to immediately they're outside getting on their bikes with the live crowd sound still going. How in the shit did they teleport to those goddamn bikes?
That's a good question that we're not gonna have an answer
to. Wait a minute. So, sure is funny that Bully Ray ran off these dudes with a biker chain.
Yeah, I don't think we need to put.
Wait a minute, we didn't see Hulk Hogan on this episode. Oh God! Forget whatever smart thought I was having. There are much more pressing matters to be had.
Hulk Hogan is in. Are you saying Hulk Hogan's in the aces and eights?
Oh my! Oh brother! I think I might be saying that. I think there's a decent possibility that I am saying.
Imagine if he was. Imagine.
I mean, Hollywood Hulk Hogan is bad. That's the thing. I saw Hollywood Hulk Hogan and I'm like, wait, has Austin been hiding this information from me the whole time? Is Hogan about to heel turn and lead Aces and Eights NWO style in a Hollywood form?
No fucking way, dude.
That would have been so funny.
Yeah, so that is it. A bit more of a whimper than a bang we go out on. That happens a lot with our bad arcs, doesn't it?
I know. They keep making me so fucking infuriated, and we keep going out on the most, like, underwhelming conclusions in a history. It, like, just like Katie Lynch before her, or Katie Vick before her, Claire Lynch.
Oh, you had it right.
Lynch. Katie Lynch, the ultimate Frankenstein of awfulness. But Claire Lynch Claire Lynch delivers a bombastically awful storyline that the writers bailed out of and pivoted away from as quickly as they fucking could, because, shock of all shockers, this terrible writing netted them nothing but awful blowback. Oh man, couldn't even follow through. Once again, one of these days, someone will actually have the balls to finish one of the worst storylines ever. But today, I'm afraid, is not that day. And all we are left with is just the void. Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Yeah, so that's it for this modern arc here.
Literally, that's it. That's it? Question mark?
Yeah. So, what are we going to replace this with the calendar? Well, you know, I put a lot of thought into this. I put a lot of thought into this for a long time.
You've had a long time to put thought into it.
I truly have. But I decided we need something. We've had some lengthy modern arcs recently. We need something that's a little more quick, a little easier, just straight into the point. And so we're gonna take it back to a little place called Reseda, California, where in the in the 2000s and the 2010s, it was home to one like one building that with like 500 people in it maximum. We was some of the best indie wrestling that you could find in all of America. For our next arc, we will be doing an exploration of pro wrestling gorilla.
PWG? The mythical unicorn of a promotion that I have but heard whispered on the wind?
Back in the olden days, you could only watch you had to buy their DVDs and wait for Super Dragon to print them and mail them out to you physically. But we have the power of technology. We have the power of streaming services. So on this arc, we absolutely can watch PWG.
Where? How? What? Where doth one find?
We are going all the way to High Spots TV.
High Spots TV. A trek out to the mountains, a nice little hike, if you will. All right, I'm ready.
Yeah, so we're going to watch probably a couple of the bigger known shows. I don't fully have that planned out yet. And ideally, I'd also like to watch Ebola, the Battle of Los Angeles, their famous annual tournament.
The Ebola. I feel as though that has a slightly unfortunate name, but you know
what the Battle of Los Angeles.
You've heard of Ebola. Now get ready for the Ebola.
Yeah, so our next modern arc will be just kind of fucking around in PWG a little bit.
You know, I'm excited. That sounds delightful. I would love to fuck around in ways that don't make me find out at the end.
I have to find remember what show it is where they do the thumb up the ass spot and the invisible grenade. We gotta see the classic.
Isn't the invisible grenade a Chuck Taylor move?
It is the invisible grenade.
Yes! Give me some Chucky T. Oh, how I have missed him.
I'm sure if I type Jushin Liger thumb up, thumb ass, I'm sure I'll figure it out.
So I'll find thumb ass.
Like out of the legendary asshole of Jushin Thunder Liger match. That's right.
The legendary asshole
of Jushin Thunder Liger. That's correct.
That's pure beauty right there, brother.
I just gotta remember where the fucking match is. Which show that's on. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Oh my god.
But that is for a future time. For the next episode, though, it's David. It's time for a gathering. Nay, it's time for the gathering. As next time, we will be watching Starrcade 85.
Oh, one release right after another. Hopefully this one is a bit less ruined than what we've just encountered. But oh, the ecstasy I feel as we conclude 2 arcs in a row, which I don't know the last time we've done that on this podcast, if ever.
The calendar officially doesn't allow for that, but if it's a situation where because the arcs have differing lengths across time, sometimes that's how that's happened.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. But it's been a minute, so this feels especially after 2 particularly long arcs that got a little sloggy on both of their parts. I look forward to actually putting the spun wheels of late 80s WCW to the ground and watch them go somewhere.
Yeah.
Holy God.
That's for
Oh.
next time. That's for next time. Till then, David, hit the plugs.
Yes, sir, dear friends. Thank you all so much for joining us in yet another episode of the Noobs and Knockouts podcast. We are so delighted to have you here, returning listeners, viewers, what have you. You all know the drill. Thank you all so much for once again welcoming us back into your eardrums, your eyeballs, whatever it is you use to consume our content. We're just so happy that you're here. New people, hey, hi, how's it going? Welcome to the show. We here at the Noobs and Knockouts podcast like to think we are friendly to both noobs and knockouts alike. So whether you're brand new to the wild, wacky world of wrestling or you're a veteran of all the weird bullshit, either way, we're just happy that you've decided to come join us. We hope you've had a good time here. We hope you want to keep coming back to have a good time with us week after week. I'm going to make sure you know all the ways to do so. First and foremost, of course, is our YouTube. We are the Noobs and Knockouts podcast on YouTube. Hit subscribe, ring that bell. Make sure it turns a nice little solid color so you get notifications every single time we drop a brand new episode. Check out all of our playlists. Austin has been kind enough to organize all of the storylines that we follow into their own separate playlists that you can follow something all the way down without having to skip around a whole lot. It's great. Arc supercuts are also coming to the channel. Look out for those. That's going to be sick as hell. Give us that sweet engagement in the forms of likes and comments. Helps us out in the algorithm tremendously. And hey, it's the video version. You can see our beautiful, sexy faces. You can watch the devilish grin come across Austin's face as the realization of voidness sets in on this of most distinguished of arc finales. And also you can see the I must say the very thematically company appropriate Rosemary shirt that Austin's rocking. You love to see it.
Yeah.
All good stuff. But of course, if you're a fan of the audio-only version, we have you covered there as well. You can find the Noobs and Knockouts podcast on just all of the places where you find podcasts. Really, our RSS feed casts our net far and wide to Spotify, to Amazon Music, to Apple Podcasts, etc., etc. If it's a place that has podcasts, it probably has us. So if you're not listening to us on your preferred platform right now for whatever reason, well, we have good news for you. Go check us out wherever that may be. Download our show so you can take us with you offline. Give us that sweet engagement in the forms of ratings and reviews on those most distinguished streaming platforms. Some nice little stars if you want to meltzer it up a little bit, or maybe some kind words suggesting off the dome that more people should come join the Noobs and Knockouts hype train. Just little suggestions. Do as you please. But yes, be sure to check us out all over the interwebs, Noobs and Knockouts podcast, wherever you get your YouTube videos and or audio podcasts. On top of that, we do exist past this little void that we find ourselves in week after week. First and foremost, of course, the primary social media destination to find us on the internet is our Twitter at Noobs and NoxPod on Twitter. That's at Noobs, the letter N, NoxPod on Twitter. Come check us out there. We do the whole Twitter thing. We meme it up. We engage in mind-numbing IWC discourse. We put up a post every single time we drop a brand new episode, so you guys always know what the hell is going on. Of course, highlight of our Twitter is weekly wrestling live tweeting. We are on a bit of a hiatus at the moment, but come mid-September, we will be back to our normal schedule of every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern on TBS, watching and tweeting all about AEW Dynamite. On top of all of that, we sometimes, we being I, the shameless AEW mark that I am, will, when I get the time to, watch and tweet about Rampage on TNT on Friday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern, and Collision on Saturday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern, also on TNT. So if you want to join along with us for that, check to see if we're tweeting up a storm. You can always come over to our page while those shows are airing and talk and talk some good shit with us. On top of that, Austin, being the knockout that he is, likes to follow all of the major wrestling companies in America, all three of them, and talk to you guys a little bit about what's going on for all you noobs in the audience. Especially, it's our chance to introduce you to the smorgasbord of opportunities you have to get yourself more immersed in the wrestling fandom. Sometimes, Austin will even tweet about all their major pay-per-views, and it's our chance on the show to talk modern shit amidst all this retro gobbledygook. And great time. I'll tweet about the AEW pay-per-views sometime, blah, blah, blah. My friend, what is on the docket coming up?
Let's just get the perfunctory stuff out of the way before we talk
about
as I have been super off of the wrestling, that is not the thing I want to talk about for a bit now. But upcoming for AEW on August 25th is All In, their next pay-per-view. And you can get that where pay-per-views are sold. The card looks pretty sweet.
Oh my god, where the build to this has been legendary, and also the tag team division. But the otherwise the build has been crazy. I just saw someone on Twitter try to slander.
Trios title match looks pretty sick.
Oh yeah, those teams
the London ladder match.
Oh, I did not know about that because I'm also behind. Apparently tonight on Collision, Eddie Kingston showed up to cut a pre-tape promo from home where he said Bryan Danielson's a bitch for how he's
did. I did see that. Yes,
I saw someone try to fucking slander that and say what is this build, brother? This build is based, and if you have anything else to say about that, I'm sorry. You are deeply factually incorrect and need to go to you need to take some Eddie Kingston appreciation lessons. Also, random. I'm sorry. I just saw on Twitter that Satnam Singh and Jinder Mahal are the AAA tag champions. Was not expecting that to ever be a sentence that I would say. Anyway,
that sounds right for Conan.
Conan. Oh no, Conan got him again.
Conan just keeps cooking with a Bic lighter. That is...
I'm happy for them.
Yeah. That's so wild. That's such a wild...
I hope they have fun. Damn, talk about a team that exists purely for ethnic unification is Satnam Singh and Jinder Mahal.
They've literally never even been in the same company together.
That's so fun. Well, now they have, baby. All right. Sorry to derail this anyway.
So that's the car. It seems like a pretty fun show. You can get that where pay-per-views are sold. Then for TNA, which normally you can watch that Thursdays at 8 on Access TV or TNA Plus or YouTube subscription. Upcoming for them, TNA Plus is their streaming service where we've been watching the whole arc of Claire Lynch. And they have monthly shows, and their next one is Emergence on August 30th. Main evented by Nick Nemeth, defending against Josh Alexander in a 60-minute Iron Man match.
Oh, that sounds pretty fun, actually.
It's probably gonna be pretty sweet.
That's probably gonna be sick as fuck. Not gonna lie.
Then for the WWE, guess what? They also have a show that same weekend, but that's also the first weekend of college football. I'm not watching it. But for those of you who don't watch college football, on August 31st, WWE has a show live from Berlin, Germany called Bash in Berlin.
That's what it says on the tin. I don't know what to tell you.
Live on pay-per-view. On Peacock, excuse me. And it is Gunther versus Randy Orton for the world title. Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens for the WWE title. And they've already announced Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley versus Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan in a mixed tag match. Because poor Damian and Rhea have been booted from the Judgment Day.
Yeah. I'm still not, and are playing face, ? Okay.
The Judgment Day has now fully Ship of Theseus itself.
Bro.
None of the original members are in the group anymore.
Bro, Judgment Day is fully fucking NWO'd itself. The Judgment Day Civil War time, baby.
The original Judgment Day was the original Judgment Day was fucking Edge, Damian Priest, and Rhea Ripley.
I thought it was Finn Balor, not Priest for some reason.
No, Balor replaced Edge when they kicked Edge out.
Oh yeah.
When Edge tried that, when it was Edge, Priest, and Ripley, they were like serious spooky boys, and not weird goth losers.
Yeah, when they tried to make Edge heel again for like 2 weeks and then bailed immediately because it was not over.
As I said, Judgment Day, ship of Theseus themselves. They have completely replaced the entire original group.
That you'll love to see the Judgment Day of Theseus. Absolutely, has a certain ring to it.
All right, fuck all that though, because I have been watching the World Wonder Ring Stardom's 5-star Grand Prix, and I have thoughts, I have opinion, I have feelings. I am almost caught up.
Austin has caught the Joshi plague. Be very afraid.
Yeah,
I say this with no disrespect. Joshi's pretty based.
Yeah, so I'm recording this on the night of August 17th. As of now, I have watched all but the most recent show for the 5-star Grand Prix, and it's been pretty fucking fun. My pick to win was Tam Nakano, who started 0-3 and is already mathematically eliminated. My heart pick is Saya Ida, who is the gorilla power is her thing. She is short but also very strong, and she beat Tam Nakano and is otherwise 1-2. So she is also near the bottom and not doing great.
Oh, well, you're having a real tough time here, brother.
I mean, I'm having a lot of fun learning about new people, though.
That's fair. That is fair.
Like, I've come to really appreciate Natsupoi as a demon fairy. She's a cute little fairy, and she goes poi while she does the okay sign. But
average stardom, most normal stardom gimmick. Exactly,
you poi, and then she gets in the ring and fucking murders you.
Based.
Mayu Iwatani, great as always. She plays baseball and hates her neck. That's Mayu Iwatani. That's the Mayu Iwatani story. But I've come to I'm really enjoying learning about Tomoka Inaba, who is like doing some samurai karate stuff, and she's pretty badass. She's an outsider to Stardom. She's not a full-time in Stardom, but she'd be pretty sick if she was, I'd say.
What is she doing here then? Like, where does she come from?
I forget what company she comes from.
Fair enough.
She might just be a freelancer, but she is just filling out the roster.
I didn't know Stardom took people on loan like that. Actually, no, I guess I did because Anna Jay. Never mind.
Yeah. Red Block B has been a bloodbath of like all the best work rate people are like in here. Like it's it's been nothing but bangers. There's an entire thing in the Red Block B where Azumi, Mei Sarah, and Tomoka Inaba have not beat each other. They have all wrestled, and every single match of theirs has ended in a draw between the three.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, like Azumi is 2-0-2, Mei Sarah is 1-0-2, and Tomoka is 2-0-2. Because they keep drawing. Get them
That's
1
cool
pointers. Yeah.
That sounds like it'll come to a fun conclusion.
It is. Blue Block A is the most even match. It is the only match. Everyone has 1 win and 1 loss, except for Shuri, who's 2-1, and Anna Jay is 1-2. Everybody is disgustingly even.
That's cool as hell.
Anna Jay's been good though. Anna Jay's had some really good matches.
I know. That's exciting.
She's not technically out of the block, though she's lost to 2 of the 3 biggest contenders. So it feels unlikely that she's gonna make a run here in the back half.
Sure, but like it's cool to see her like getting her reps in like that. Have been an Anna Jay enjoyer for a hot minute. You know, being Dark Order at any point in your career gets you a lot of points with me. So
That's
you
true.
know we stand. Godspeed, Queen.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I'm so proud.
And I've now learned about Xena, who is Australian, and she chops people really, really hard, and she's really cool.
As any Australian should. I am begging Australians to have anything except the most fun gimmicks in all of pro wrestling. You know,
And
it
then
just keeps happening.
Speaking of fun gimmicks, Blue Block B has Saki Kashima. Her gimmick is she doesn't want to wrestle. She doesn't want to be in this tournament. All she wants to do is do her ad read for Fist of the North Star Pachinko 10, the game.
Hashtag sponsored content.
She has a big fucking poster board of the Pachinko game that she is doing ad reads for. And she really is trying to speed run this tournament because she doesn't want to wrestle. She doesn't want to compete in this thing. She just wants to ad read about Fist of the North Star Pachinko. So
She knows this is her highway to getting the most possible promo time for more ad reads.
She just wants to do ad reads. She did get a win, though. She did get a win in her most recent match.
I'm very proud of her.
So
May the ads be read plentifully.
So, if you want to watch all of their shows except the first day and the last day are doing live on Stardom World, their streaming service. The opening day show has since been added.
Nice.
I don't know what I'm going to do about that final because I don't really think I'm in a financial position right now to buy a pay-per-view. $40 pay-per-view. So what am I going to do for that final? I don't know yet.
We'll find out. It's so weird that they're doing it like that. Like, why are the last one? Okay, whatever.
If you want match recommendations and stuff worth going and checking out, day one has Mayu Iwatani and Tom Nakano. That was really, really good. Shuri and Starlight Kid. Shuri is also a heavy-hitting motherfucker, and she's really good. Absolutely worth watching. And Starlight Kid is super. She is as flippy boy as you kind of get in Stardom.
Ooh.
And she's really leaning into. She's got a new leg submission, the Black Tiger Leg Killer. And she's working the knee, brother. She is gonna make this move work.
That's adorable. We love so the work in the knee. Can you be any more wrestler than that?
Damn right. August 11th, Mayu Iwatani and Saya Ida, best match of the fucking show, in my opinion, of the tournament so far, in my opinion. Azumi and Mei Sarah go to a draw that's also really fucking good. August 12th, they do 2 shows that day. And that was the crazy fucking thing. But if you're going to watch anything from August 12th, I would recommend Shuri versus Sayori Anu. Basically the top 2 women in blue block A, and they kicked a lot of ass. And then August 12th, the second show had Natsupoi and Yuna Mizumori. Yuna is kind of a younger wrestler, kind of just trying to get up there, and Natsupoi was like, I am beating down a rookie is what I'm doing. And then also Tom Nakano and Saya Ida and Azumi and Tomoka Inaba, all great matches as well. August 15th show, Tom Nakano and Azumi kicked a lot of ass. Saya Ida and Tomoka Inaba was really great. Shuri and Anna Jay. Right now, if you could go out of your way to watch an Anna Jay match, I would probably watch that one right now.
Oh, shit.
But really great back and forth striking from them. Also, Kaguma and Miyu Amasaki. That's the match I referenced earlier that's like 50 seconds long. It's very funny.
That's delightful. A well-placed squash truly can be fun. You just got to put it in the right spot, you know?
Honestly, all of the matches have overall been pretty decent at worst, except for the hate versus hate matches.
Oh, dear.
Hate as the big heel faction, like their matches have just not been very good. I love heel versus heel matches because they feel like an excuse to have a cheat off.
Yeah.
But I don't know, they haven't found a good rhythm or chemistry for any of them, and the crowd doesn't know what to do with it. Like the crowd does not know. There's a reason you don't do heel versus heel matches is because the crowd usually doesn't really know who to cheer for.
Yeah, especially in something like Stardom where they go hard on like those heels.
Oh yeah, if you're a heel, if you're like a heel, you're gonna immediately start cheating. Like this isn't like we're not trying to play fair even a little bit. You're immediately throwing your opponent to the outside and trying to throw them through chairs. Like that is what you're doing immediately. Not even gonna try to play
not
fair.
A single redeemable factor about you for the crowd to latch onto.
Yeah. So it's weird. It's a weird vibe.
Yeah, I bet.
Other than that, though, I have no real complaints. By the time our next episode comes out, the blocks should be done because we are at about the halfway point. But I don't know. We probably won't be recording late enough to get the final blocks. We'll see. I expect I'll have 2 more reports about what's going on in the 5-star Grand Prix. But I'm having a lot of fun. I'm keeping the track of who's the points and who's in and who's out. So yeah, Stardom World. It's 920 yen a month. It's about $675, I think, in US dollars.
Doesn't need not too taxing. You'll love to see it. But yeah, fuck. That was so also check out Stardom, I guess. Probably the best one to check out if you can deal with all the buggery of accessing an international promotion.
If you are prepared for the fact that as an English language speaker, you will receive no help in knowing names or stories, you just gotta do the research yourself on that one. I have, and I'm now kind of getting it, but it's been a time.
Absolutely. It's a challenge yourself with Stardom. That is your call.
I'm reading the forums. I found an English language Twitter that does translations.
Truly, following Stardom is an all-intensive sport of body and mind and soul.
It kind of can be. I listened to podcasts that help contextualize, that like know the language and know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
It's a bit of work, but it's been very fun.
I'm very proud of you for this undertaking. All right, yeah, check all that out. We'll talk about it on the Twitter at Noobs and Knockouts Pod. If you want to get in more direct and long-form contact with us, you can do so over at our email address, noobsandknockoutspod@gmail.com. That's noobs, the word and this time, knockoutspod@gmail.com. Come just say hi to us, talk to us, tell us what you think about the show, request things you want to see us cover on the show. Tell us that our hot takes are based and or cringe, whatever. Just start discourse, say hi. We love people saying hi. We would love to say hi back. noobsandknockoutspod@gmail.com. And of course, finally, if you want to more directly support the show, you can do so over on our Patreon account. We have a Patreon account. We are the Noobs and Knockouts podcast, also on Patreon. You can find the link for that on Twitter. $1 a month gets you early access to episodes and a shout out at the end of each episode. There's also currently a free tier that just gives you a little shout out at the end of each episode. So shout out to free tier buddy Dave Chavez, and shout out to $1 friends of the show. I'm just a branch on the learning tree. TM, El Lucha Dead Money, and a Sugar Daddy, the OG. Greatly appreciated. Thank you all so much for your support. If you want to hop on with our friends on the Patreon and get some of those perks, that feel free to do so. Even the smallest little monetary contribution helps us out tremendously. That shit builds up over time. allows us to be able to afford literally to do more cool things with this show and with the Patreon and to expand that out and have even cooler perks as time goes on. It's just it is a decidedly unvicious cycle. It's a very pleasant cycle, in fact. So come be part of that. All greatly appreciated. The Noobs and Knockouts podcast on Patreon. Once again, the link for that is in our Twitter.
See y'all.